Hey everybody, it's EJ here,
And it's Ian.
and we're doing Coding with Fire again. We've been doing this, I don't know, 7 or 8 times so far, and every time we've sort of gotten a better idea of what we're doing, and we've kind of centered around this idea of a cooking show, where every time we do a stream, we sort of make something together. We don't know necessarily what it is ahead of time. We might have a guest chef who brings in some cool ingredients. We might start with a technique, or we might start with a cool data set, but we're always trying to make something per stream. So I'm hoping that we can do that. I think we're probably going to do, 3 hours until midnight EST, 9 p.m. California time. And thank you to everybody for coming and hanging out.
Yeah, for sure. This is a lot of fun. I think it's interesting every time we something different comes out, and we tend to learn a lot too. So I think tonight we'll start off right by looking at some stuff we've seen recently that we like, it's inspiring, might want to play with, and then we Jeremiah is going to join us again later on,
Yep,
right?
guest chef
Um,
Jeremiah.
Yeah, it's bringing some unique and new ingredients, some different data, and that concept that he wants to explore. So like, which is interesting, right? Because he kind of did that the last time he joined us. He said, "Hey, I have this idea. I want to try take this visualization, the dot density map from Aaron Williams, right,
Yep.
and apply it to election outcomes." And then we said, let's make that dish. And we ended up mixing in the COVID data because we had that on hand
It was, yeah,
and
we
ended up
had
with a
we had that
different,
chopped up already, right?
yeah, yeah. Ended up with something a little different, but we can still, we learned that technique. We can take it further. And in fact, that might be one of the things we wanted to look at too, right? Was like finally using that data set.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, do you want to go through? I
So,
I liked your
yeah.
idea of just sort of going through some observable notebooks that we both like this week and sort of gather some inspiration, some things to think about, and then we can figure out what we want to make tonight.
I like that. Yeah. Um, you want to go first or should I?
I think you said you had some stuff queued up.
Sure. Yeah, I do. Um, so I recently was actually poking around blocks. I'm trying to get block builder search. There's some bug in it. And so I was looking at the search page and I saw this go by, Good Boids. And I was like, what is that? And so I clicked on it and it's this sweet um, Boyd simulation, right? A flocking
Whoa.
bird simulator. Yeah, I can make like really cool patterns. And what's fun about this one is that you can change these parameters in real time, and it like
It's like how they flock
you
together and
see,
apart. What is
right?
a
You're
Boyd,
basically
Ian?
changing the rules. A Boyd is supposedly how a certain New York accent would pronounce bird.
Is that what? Is that why?
Yeah, yeah, because I think the person who came up with the original algorithm
Got it.
thought that was
That
funny,
is funny.
or I don't
No,
know.
that's a good bit.
Yeah, yeah. I could be totally wrong too. I haven't even checked Wikipedia on this, but which could also be wrong. So, if anybody in the audience knows better, I'm open.
Oh my
But
god.
regardless, this is something like this simulation technique is really cool. And so I looked at Harry Stevens, who made this, and saw he made this sweet, what is it called? Simulitis um, article. No, not this one. Although he also made that one. Why doesn't it actually show me the? Anyway, it was the what do you call it? Herd immunity.
Oh, that was the Washington. That's like a Washington Post simulation where you can see how coronavirus spreads.
Yes. Yeah. It's a nice visualization, which is why I want to pull it up. And I reached out, saying I was a fan of this work, and Harry pointed me to an observable collection that he's put together on Boyd. So I was going to pull that up in a second too, but I want to let this play out for just a minute.
So this uses
Um,
Boyd's to figure out how the virus spreads?
well, I don't think this. No, I don't think this uses Boyd's, but I think that probably like technologically it's very similar, right? Like the ability to sort of say, I have a bunch of things and I'm going to change what I'm showing on those things over time based on these rules, right?
Right.
So that approach, like general approach, I think is related. And I'll just pull that up. And search for Boyd's. Yeah, so like this is the observable version of that simulator, which is pretty nice.
That's great. Is that
Because you,
Canvas?
yes, Canvas. Yeah. So yeah, this was, oh, that's what I originally pointed out. It's part of a collection of notebooks, and one of those, which probably won't get into tonight, but I think for a future stream we should keep in mind, is using P5 JS processing,
Totally. I've actually been playing around with that for my
right?
like generative artwork stuff. Just because I got tired of making circles in Canvas, like we discovered last time. It
Yep.
just has a dot circle
Yeah.
with an X and a Y, as a person would expect if they wanted to draw circles.
Yeah. And yeah, so and there's a lot of cool stuff, right? People have made with it. So I think it'd be cool to be able to tap into that and try stuff out. But yeah, so I just wanted to like show those things, walk through that. I don't know if you had something you wanted to
So the
switch over
main
to.
thing I want to show, and I think I sent you this on Keybase, is I've been surfing through Arena, and Arena is like my new. I don't know if anybody remembers Found, which was like an image board for like designery things, and sort of Arena recreates that for me now. And I found this like I don't know if it's like a copy or it's like some print, but it's similar to the Moire stuff that we did with Paul Chaikin, right? So it's basically a couple patterns overlaid on top of one another and like photocopied, and just by like having those simple patterns where you can sort of they have white space in them, when you overlay them with each other, you get these really cool sort of generative emergent pattern or like visuals that I think is this it seems like a thing that's like ripe for generative art, right? Like in my mind I'm like, all right, so now I want to take three patterns and I want to have my bot generate three random rectangles and fill them with those patterns and just see like kind of like what weird moire things I can create, right? So this is something like some I'm bringing some weird moire designery vibes. Also have been just
Yeah,
reading or surfing through a lot of like weird designery. Let me pull up my Arena actually. This is the ways in which we think slightly differently. You think in observable and I think in Arena.
nice.
Oh no, I'm not logged in. Let me log in Safari. So I've been pulling a lot of stuff into cyberpunk. Like I've been seeing a lot of cyberpunk things lately. So just building on that vibe, and also uh, rereading old early San Francisco um, nonfiction about like the early hackers and things like that. So like these
Nice.
weird old images of like old like what people thought the future would be in the 70s and 80s. You know what I mean? Or some of the I don't know the like old future vibes. This has been sort of what I've been just thinking about. And this the thing I pulled up. Where is it? This image just sort of seems like on the same wavelength. Like this sort of seems like it's both from the past and from the future a little bit. So I'm trying to
Nice. I like
bring
that.
that to the things I create.
Yeah, love it. Um, I think one other thing I wanted to pull up is this example I worked on today, because there's a greatly improved force radial coming to the D3 force simulation in like the next version.
Sick.
And Phil, which this is a fork of his block, um, I think he wrote that feature, and he also made a notebook to demonstrate that it works. And let me pull that up
What is
real quick.
what is a
Shout
force
out.
radial,
Mm-hmm.
Ian?
It's
It
like,
makes flowers.
you know how it makes, yeah, things in, circular. If you want to describe things circularly instead of like regular force layout is like the 2D XY coordinates, right? Like you say, I want it somewhere in this 2D space. This one, you can give it like radius and angle, and so it uses, I guess, polar coordinates, like puts it
Whoa.
in a circle. And so, well, to this example proves that the new stuff works nicely if you go into the code and you take a time to look at it. But what I wanted to do was actually watch the simulation tick by tick,
Yeah.
and be able to play with that. So I could say, like, I could see how it lays out, because a lot of times if you do a new thing, right, it does this like quick explosion thing. You
So
can't
are we
really.
just looking right now like the end of 100 ticks or 1,000 ticks or?
Well, no. So this is like the normal way of doing it. Was just you just let it run until it like sort of peters out, right? Like figures out that nothing's changing. So what I did is that what you said. So right now it's at 0 ticks, and as I like slide this slider, they resolve to where they're at. So, and like I can go backwards.
Oh,
So a lot
sick.
of what happens is in the first few ticks that like really this one gets into position.
Yeah, what's it doing?
So basically, like these are like random nodes, but I only generated, or they're not even random. Um, I basically give them an angle from 0 to 360 and like an individual radius. So like they're visualized by their individual radius, right? Like there's some small ones, some big ones. And what it's saying also, like the way the force layout has been doing is saying like, as the node's radius gets bigger, I want to push it further out. So it wants to be like, so if this is the center, the bigger ones are like further
But why
away.
does it
So like,
spiral? Like it just always wants
so
to
the
spiral?
angle, because it's going through the angle. So it's like, it's also assigning an angle, like each node is like a little bit more from 0 to 360.
Interesting.
And so based on its angle, it's also like, it's going to put it in that sort of direction. So wherever the radius is, it's going to push it out to that, in that direction. So that was the other thing. Like I had similar questions actually when I was first messing with this notebook. And so I looked at the code for the example where, these formulas were, and I was like, well, what does that do? What's that doing? So like basically each node's radius is multiplied by some number. And if I like change that number, you'll basically see it like pushes them out further or not,
I
right?
like how it goes over
As I
the
like
like
change.
around the text also.
Right? Yeah, so that's something that like Phil took advantage of, but I think there's a specific way that if you um I guess, yeah, overflow your SVG that you're passing to
Oh,
observable.
sick.
The way like, yeah, like that cell just continues to render underneath. So like observable works that like everything's sort of rendered positioned in order, like based on how big it's supposed to be. But it's all transparent. So like this is actually going under the text. And I think if I change the phase, right, like that's just the rotation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's really cool.
So it's going under the text. But then, yeah, you like look at this one, I go backwards in time basically. Then, so this nice flower arrangement is the like default layout if you don't have any XY positions. Instead of randomly placing them, it puts them
What
in
is
this.
this?
So it's called a phyllotaxis. There's like some cool notebooks and blocks. I played with this a while back too, and like it's essentially similar. It's like you're just laying them out. It's like taking each node and laying it out in a spiral as it goes around. And in fact, Mike also, that's probably where I learned about it, but let's search observable for,
That's
if I
pretty
can
sick.
spell it. That's not.
You want to make some
Um,
spirals?
yeah, I'm always, oh, here, look, Phil did it. I remember, and Mike probably did something cool with it. Let's see. So this actually explains mathematically if you really want to dig into it. And
Uh-uh.
then the, but yeah, I mean, this is what, like essentially this is what, remember we wanted tributary forces like when we first saw Set
Yeah. Oh my
Victor
god. Yeah.
with
This
that
was like
block
yeah
of like,
the OG tributary block was one of these, right?
yeah, we play. I mean, when you play with angles and radiuses, fun things happen, I think. So,
Radii.
I mean, to me, this get like radii, yeah. Actually, that's part of the commit changes radiuses to radii, um, which I like, it's cool. Let's see, what did Mike do? So this is like building it out dot by dot, which is also really fun.
+4 annoy. What are the lines?
I guess so. Yeah, that's Voronoi.
What the fuck am I looking at?
I don't know.
That looks
It's pretty
exactly.
fun though.
I guess it's the.
It looks like
Yeah,
sunflower
exactly.
seeds. This is like what? Yeah.
Sunflower phyllotaxy. Oh yeah, yeah, dude. That's pretty crazy. So, how do you think sunflowers know about phyllotaxy?
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't think they know about
You
it.
don't think they're
But
aware?
this is it's sort of, you could think of like if the rules were based on, who, if you're growing and you have to like grow somewhere based on what's already been grown there, and you're going one by one, and the rules sort of push you in this like spiral, like push you a little bit over to the left and a little bit forward every time.
Totally.
Um, I'm gonna put this explanation here. Um, yeah. So I mean, and that's kind of like, I'd love to do this with more force layouts to like
Hey, so
be
yeah, what's the
able.
point of this
Yeah,
radial layout thing? I've never seen. I don't. Unless you're mapping time, why would you do such a thing?
that could be it. I mean, if you had any radial based visualization before force layout, like one of the things that you can commonly do, right, is like put extra stuff. Like if you have a bunch of overlapping things, then like this helps you show more of it. So,
Interesting.
but so the radial part is not like, that's not necessarily what I want to focus on. What I want to do is add this kind of tick slider to other kinds of force networks, right? Or any kind of
You
force
want to
layout.
tick
Because
anything?
then you,
You're trying to tick the whole world?
well, just like to have it be this deterministic, like be able to play through time and be like, what is happening here? Because a lot of times when you're like messing with the different parameters and like trying to get a feel for something, right? I feel like you don't. You have to kind of watch it over and over.
So
But this would let you
you
sort
want to
of.
find some force
I can
layouts and
change
tick through them?
that could be a thing, but right. So it's like if I keep it at this tick, then I change these parameters. I can kind of see
Oh, interesting.
what's going to happen, right? So one of the things that I'm curious, for example, is like I never know. I have strength here, and I never know, or I never remember exactly what to expect when I choose a particular kind, strength or in relation to my other forces.
Right.
So I feel like doing it this way, you could slide these different things that you would normally like choose a number and get a feel for what it's going to do. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that could be one thing we do is just like we could even, doing it this way is not that hard. Like what I did is just loop. I do the manual simulation.tick
Mm.
and I stop the simulation, and it's just really, that's it. Like, um, yeah. So it's like very easy to take an existing force layout and do that.
Well, what's the type of data you would like? What data are you supposed to use with this?
Well, I mean, with this, I'm not 100% sure, what kind of timeline, but like what we could say instead is if we just say force layout and we take something where we know the data, but we want to try a different rules. Like, oh, let's take, this looks nice. Navi has a cluster force layout,
Yeah,
right? Like
those
this
are
is something
sick.
you probably do. And I believe like every time you run, it's going to restart the layout Um, and so I'm going to,
And they all start
let's
sort of
say,
clustered also.
actually, yeah, let's see about that. So this is going to run a simulation. And so I just need really a copy. I'm going to fork this notebook and I'll, sorry, fork, put in coding with fire. Nadi has the best tutorials, some beautiful stuff. And then I will just make sure that this is credited appropriately. And this is already.
Oh yeah, shout out to Aaron Williams,
Yeah,
who had to do a pull request to fix his name or a fork or whatever. Sorry about that.
my bad. Yeah,
We
I
tried.
mean, really amazing. Yeah.
It's hard when you're working on the anyway. We appreciate your work. I know we're so sorry about
I
that.
should. Yeah. Sorry, I want to get
Yeah,
this.
get it right.
Yeah,
As we learn, get that
I gotta
part
get it
right.
right this time, right?
Yeah. No half-assing the
Okay,
sourcing.
so yeah, the thing that I want to take is this tick slider. So I'll probably have to pull in the slider thing as well. And then we'll just copy this slider at the bottom. And so now we got ourselves a slider, and then this thing. Where are you editing the SVG right
No,
now?
I'm just looking at things. Sorry.
No worries.
Don't let my icon scare you.
Yeah, so I'm going to comment that out. Let's say for I is less than ticks, I plus plus, so it's just going to loop through simulation.tick. So we'll call the ticked function simulation.stop. So
Sick, bro. That worked great.
yeah, so I think that's it. So one thing we can do here.
I want more ticks.
Yeah, more ticks. You can totally have more. Yeah, as many as you want.
I can only have
The
200.
thing that.
Oh, sorry, I lied.
All right. See, check this out. She says this is a new setting. It's important. The cluster ID of the data has been named cluster. Okay. So if something's important, I kind of want to know more about how that works, right?
Yeah, what
so
is
like,
it?
I think that's going
What's
to be
cluster padding
for,
is
like,
important
Yes. So I think we need a slider
for cluster padding.
called cluster pad. Yeah. Let's see. So basically, nice. Copy that.
I'm gonna make a slider.
And so it was 10. You should make the next slider. Is I think we're gonna need several strength sliders for the different forces.
That's what I was eyeing, bruh. I'm gonna make me a view of.
Yeah.
Well, I might make both.
let's-
Both my strengths are gonna be the same.
Wait, what was the name of this variable? Cluster padding. Oh shit. Cluster padding. All right, so now we just put it here, cluster padding, and as we change this, okay, and this is very low, so if we put this higher, as we change the padding, yeah, we see them get pushed apart, apart from each other. So if it's really high, like the clusters get pulled apart pretty early. So now one thing that I'm confused upon is that even at 0 ticks, they're already in place.
That's what I said in the
and that doesn't-
beginning. I think they come with X and Y's that put them pretty close to their cluster. I think.
Oh no, yes, and the other thing, this is another one of those like it's not a local data point thing. So one alternative is to um, make a copy of this nose, the local nose thing that we've been doing. So I'm
Are
gonna
you gonna clone
say,
Deepit?
yeah, exactly.
I'm starting to understand this shit. I'm starting to get the hang of this whole force layout thing.
Is it something like this? I don't remember. Um, so it should like recreate them without setting their initial XY positions. And I need to say,
Can I plug in my X and Y strengths?
um, yes, but wait, so yeah, down here, yes, please do. I need to remove the initial XY, I think, from her example.
All right, all right, all right. Oh boy. Whoa, whoa.
Oh yeah, I think like even a very small strength
It,
number,
it,
or if it, yeah, I guess it goes above one, it
but the ones above one are
goes,
kind of rad.
yeah, and it also depends on where you are in the ticks, because it does actually settle down towards the end.
True. Yeah, if you start, that's true. If you have your ticks like midway and make them wild, then it doesn't really matter, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
but where
set the
do their
look.
starting positions come from?
Oh yeah, so that's the thing. So I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna. Okay, so this.
Oh man, I forgot
Whoa.
to put
Okay.
jams on. Hold on. Is everybody
Oh yeah, we
ready?
should totally.
Are all the viewers ready for our new innovation? It's music. We have music now. Maybe. Yeah. That's it. It's real quiet. Just to set the mood a little.
Nice. Oh wow, check that out. So this way they all get started. It's doing them randomly.
Yeah, what is this now? What have you done?
So it's assigning them to a random cluster,
Whoa.
giving them some random radius, and then spreading them out over M. What is M? M is a number that we could probably make into a slider, it seems.
If you turn the X and Y forces totally off, it's really cool.
Cool with
Like the
that.
first 25 ticks are like sick.
Turn the X and Y to 0.
Yep.
Nice.
Also, why isn't it centered on the canvas? What kind of insane shit is this?
I don't know why it should be width and height.
Where does width and height?
Oh, X. Width.
It's 500
They're
and
set.
500.
Oh,
Who did this?
yeah.
Who's
This is just.
responsible?
Yeah. Oh, you just set the height to be width. I see.
I didn't do anything. I just clicked on it.
Um,
Much better.
so 10. Oh, M is 10 clusters. I see.
Can I make the R bigger too? Where do R's come from? Where does our data come from? Where are these circles, Ian? I have so many questions. So we just have nodes? You just make them? Oh, you've been making them the whole time? This isn't data at all.
What do you mean I've been making them? Yeah, no, this isn't data.
This is this is just a bunch of random numbers that you made.
Oh man. Well, somebody made, yeah.
I'm gonna times it by 24. Oh. Oh god.
Oh, nice. That is better.
Hey, this is fun. It looks like art.
Now why? Yeah, I do like it. Okay, if the force strength is 0, it like really goes nuts now.
I made this too big.
Sorry.
Where does width come from? Oh my god, I see.
Width is like an observable thing. Right?
I just want to be able to see the controls.
Publish
That's the problem with
this,
this whole
oops.
observable people. Close your ears. That's the problem with this whole horizontal thing or vertical situation. Is that like, God forbid, I want to put a. We did this in Tributary. Put a slider next to the thing. God forbid, I want to put it next to the thing that I want to slide about. But I keep scrolling up. I scroll and I tick and I scroll down and I look and I scroll up and I tick. Fucking Dat GUI solved this in like what, 2001? How long has that thing been around? All right, ran over.
Yeah.
Sorry about all that.
It would be, yeah. It'd be nice if that was.
If only there were some white space on either side of everything I do with which end to put sliders. That would be super handy.
Look at this kind of stuff.
Yeah, you're making some cool art there. Wait, okay, hold on, Ian. How do we share settings? When you do a cool thing, I want you to be able to send it to me, man.
Wait. Oh, you mean like of these parameters?
Yeah.
Basically?
For everything, like a reusable. So we made a reusable way to tick through forces just now. What's a reusable way to do that and then also send you, I guess, fork it and change it, boo. Can we change the URL parameters or something? Does Observable let you do that?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe there is. You're making an excellent point here. Wait, I have a search open. URL parameters. Like search and hash, query string and hash parameters. Here we go.
I'm so excited.
Mr. Jeremy. That's a much lighter weight than the Firebase way, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess I don't have to see it in real time, right? I just want to be able to like take where you are and jump from it. Or actually, I want to show you what I made, which I think is pretty sick.
Oh snap! Hashful. Hash is hashful.
Legit though, I'm tired of scrolling up and down.
Yeah. There's gotta be a way.
Can I position fix this shit or what?
What stuff? Yeah, I mean you can.
Can I just hack this? If fucking Phil can hack the background, I can hack this.
Yeah, hack the planet.
What's it called?
So how do you do the link thing? So base URI.
Shit makes no sense.
I kind of want this. So this should be, I want data driven parameter export thing. So let's move this up.
Bro, this shit doesn't make any sense. Why is it in a form? Oh, because it has an input? None of this makes much sense.
Why is what in a form?
I'm looking at how this is constructed, and it's blowing my mind a little bit. Top. I guess my real question is, how would I address this div that holds the padding? I guess I could name it, or I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think you can. So there's probably like a positioning thing. Oh, well, if you just make your overflow, so wherever your cell is, right?
Yeah.
If you're returning a div, are you looking at like the main SVG thing?
No, I'm looking at ticks, which is a view of, but I'm just gonna do HTML slider div.
Yeah.
Where do I keep? I don't remember. Oh god. Where do I keep ticks?
I think this is going to be interesting, what you're doing. So, what was I doing though?
Sorry.
No, you're kidding. This thing. So I'm trying to make a variable like ticks is equal to ticks. And it's also going to be... Shit, alright.
Can you just write can you just write CSS in this shit?
Yeah, I mean, you could use style tag. Yeah, you can actually, yeah, make a style tag. One thing people do is
Style tag?
just
Style tag in HTML?
like return HTML. Yeah, just like
You wildin'.
kind of like a header, you know.
Okie dokes. And what I want it to is I want it to float. Oh my god, it works. That's sick, dude. Whoever made this is cool. What I want it to do is float. That would be great. I want position fixed.
Yeah, so I think it. Yeah.
Oh, you said some overflow stuff? Overflow.
Or even absolute. I think if you do,
What?
you should try absolute
Okay.
instead of fixed.
Okay. Position. Absolute.
It's my
Left
suspicion that
0.
that will be.
That's it? Or should I... left 0. Top 0. No, it is displeased by this. Position fixed, buddy. Position fixed. But it just goes to all the way to the top, which nobody wants. We want position sticky, sort of.
I think you also have to set the overflow to be visible.
Great points.
That's what I saw Phil do it. If I click this. Okay. So,
I'm just gonna important everything and see if. Do you think that matters? Important. No, I don't know why I'm doing this.
what are you trying to do?
I was just making things important, just doing CSS Hail Marys, for no reason.
Oh, but change the top to be like a higher number, 100 pixels or something.
About.
So you have top 0.
Yeah, I don't think it's doing anything.
Slider div.
Right?
But it is setting the border and stuff.
Yeah.
What if you make another div inside of your slider div
Okay.
and move that one around? Because it may be that the thing that you're returning gets stuck by observable
That makes
somehow.
sense.
I don't know. I haven't looked at this.
I love your
how this
theory.
works yet.
The answer I heard is more divs, and I am on board. More divs are coming. Two divs coming right up. So we got one, and you say the one inside should be the one we move. Which one? Which one do you want to move? What are you doing over there?
Yeah, the one that you want to move, that would be the inside one, I think. Try absolute or fixed or both. Wait, where? Oh, I think so. Try setting some of the properties on the slider div container as well.
All right, I'm just gonna move all this shit there, I guess, for a second. Fix my shit, observable. Do one fix chocolate cream. So it's definitely getting both of them. I don't know why I'm trying to hack this right now. I thought it would be easy. That's why I'm doing it. Doesn't even have the slider in it. All right, talk me through what's going on over on your screen. Oh, you're still doing that. I already forgot. So basically, we can change variables, and you're trying to make a reusable way to put them into the URL such that we can share them with each other.
You are correct, Mundo. Yeah.
For fun and profit.
So it should work something like this. So I publish this, and the value of ticks should be vals ticks. So the initial value should come, oops. What did I call it? Values? No. URL variables. Sorry. So if I change this in the URL bar, this number should change. And the visualization should change. So if I say like 70, yeah, so that changed.
Sick, dude.
This ticks to 70, and then if I change this 274 and I click this link, I should be able to pass this to you. Let me make it something I wanted. I liked it at, I don't know, there. That is interesting. Oh.
Oh shit, I forgot.
Is...
Hey, do you want to make a progress bar in our last 20 minutes?
Yeah, we should do that. You mean before...
yeah, before our good friend, guest chef Jeremiah shows up.
Yes. Can I... I'm going to hide your hack things below.
You can just get rid of them, buddy. You know, it's all right.
Let me just hide that code for now. So let me share this in the chat. So yeah, this is, it kind of breaks. Should I use like ands? Let me use ampersand. No.
Oh yeah, who does URLs like this, you insane person?
Oops. Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, that's what you get for being distracted. While
you did it. Why'd you
like,
do it with semicolons, you weirdo?
I don't know, man. It's like a...
I've never seen that before in my life. It looks cool.
Although, yeah, if I do it this way, ampersands, I don't know if that's bad either. Anybody knows?
Yeah.
Proper way. But so I should be able to click this. I think that works better.
I think that works great.
Oh, I gotta publish this.
You're killing the game. What's the style tag all about? That's from me? I'm gonna delete that. Why is this here?
I think it'd be cool if we, I don't think we should do it now, but like Naughty has this great like blur or blob effect. I forget. Some nice gradient effect, or not gradient, filter effects.
Sorry to spring this on you, Ian, but we have 15 minutes. I bet you we can build this progress bar in 15 minutes, get it on the stream and working in this time. I believe in us. So, do you think that's doable? I think we can do it.
Let's do it.
All right, so I have these static assets, one for each step, right? How do we work together to combine them into a thing that shows up on the stream? So yes. We have 4 steps of the show, right? We have you get the ingredients, you slice and dice them, you cook them, and you enjoy. So I made 4 different versions of that, one for each step, 1 through 4. So now we can do all sorts of different shit. I could export it as SVG. I don't think that's the way to go. I think the way to go is for me to export them all independently as PNGs with alpha, and that you just have a notebook that switches between the 4 of them, and that's probably the easiest thing to do in 15 minutes. So while you set a notebook to do that, I'm going to chop them up into artboards, I guess, that are all the same
size. That sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan. So we will have a new notebook. And this will be coding with under progress bar. Yeah, so you're talking about you're going to give me 4 images basically.
Exactly.
And I'm going to publish this and share the link. So because you can just drop them into the file attachment.
That's exactly what I was thinking. But I don't have no idea how to switch between them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm going to, first thing I'm going to do is just look up file attachments, because in Observable, it's a sort of, I feel like one of these things where it's really powerful and flexible, but you have to remember or look up how to do it. And I think it's going to get easier in the future. Can't promise when, but I have faith. So yeah, but I'm just gonna this is using Markdown, so you can do it like this.
All right, so I'm gonna put this, I'll call it CDF progress bar. And I guess it doesn't matter. I think 5 through, or 4 through 8. Oops, 4 through 7. Great. And they're high def. So let's see what we got. Oh, sick. All right, cool. It's a little bit too big. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks cool, man.
That looks really good.
All right, so
I want to
go ahead.
I want to do the thing, sorry, that we often don't do, or actually you're better at than I for sure, but I'm going to try to exercise today. The pausing to appreciate what just happened, right? Like, I think it's pretty cool that we can basically freeze a force layout at any point in time and then share it.
I agree.
Right? Like, I'm going to put this one in the chat because I like this, right? So that's like 2 things put together, like this idea of taking any observable, like these sliders essentially, and then turning it into a URL. Like that's something we're gonna have to do like every time, basically. There's no way around that, right? And like, I think the next level is the Firebase, turn it live for the audience to play with. But even now, it's like anybody can play with it. We can share it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like another level
I
of
can tweet
crowd
those in.
interaction, right? Like we have, like Firebase is the top end of the spectrum, right? Of like, you touch it, we see it immediately. Whereas this is like another level beyond that, right? Of like, you can drop it in the chat. You can make a really cool thing and drop it in the chat, but it's not necessarily controlling what we see at once, right?
Right.
All right, man. I got the first image loading. It's got like a weird gradient that I don't totally understand if that's my fault or not. I don't think it is. I feel like it's not.
All right. Let's see. So you put it in here? Yes. Oh, there you go. You changed it. Progress bar.
But you see how it has that weird drop shadow at the top? What's that all about?
Oh, yeah. So let's see. And here's. No, wait. I think you exported it like that.
Word? I can't see it because I have a dark background in all my stuff. Why would it export like that? Oh, I see why it is. I understand why. Sorry, I'm a big dummy. I fixed it. I'm going to fix it. Un segundo, por favor. It's because I had a thing with a drop shadow above it. I should have known. I should have known. Here we go. This is O1. No, fuck off. Alright, it's got confusing on my end, but I understand and I will fix it. How do I update a file? I guess I delete it on here. Delete. And then I'll drag my new one over. Hey, take my new one.
Sorry, I'm breaking stuff, so I don't know if it's...
Yeah, what's going on over there? Oh, you made steps?
Yeah, but it doesn't seem to like that.
Is there a button view of?
Oh, it can't be a promise or something? We can do... No.
Sick.
So we can't do this like... I am not sure why I can't do it in this way. I could just... I think... see if there's an example here.
I tried to make a button and failed.
There are buttons in that notebook of like...
I did. I mean, it's because I'm trying to... I don't know. It's whatever. It's not that important. File attachment requires a single literal string as its argument.
Yeah, so I
can do things. I'm helpful. I'm a good guy. Is this how things work? Am I helpful yet? Is this right?
Oh.
Does anybody like this? No, it's not cool.
No, it wasn't that. So, but I think we basically do this, which is lame. But I think we can just say this.
What? I guess so. No, do a files.map.
So the thing is that you can't par is 1. Yeah, you can't like programmatically change the file input name, like the file name essentially, which is exactly the thing we want to do. But with the weird version thing, this might kind of work better. It's like, or not better, it's annoying. There's only 4 images, so. So now we just say file step.
Beautiful.
So, yeah.
You did great work. How come the third
So
step?
these
Oh.
0 to 3, yeah. But now, so I'll publish this. So now the question though is,
It breaks on the 4th one for some reason.
it shouldn't anymore.
Should I refresh?
Yeah, published. Let me finish.
Oh yeah, great. Amazing work. Yeah, so the real question is how to make it so that when we change it in this notebook that it changes for everybody. And also how to give me a website without anything but this on it.
Right, and this is stuff that we've both done before, because we can basically power this by Firebase, right? And then the other part is export this this cell as a block.
Okay. Can I do the
So
second
we
part?
start with,
Oh, you do the first part?
yes, I believe, yeah, there should just be like a notebook that's like the handy cell embedder or something, handy exporter.
I'll check it out, man. Cell exporter, you say? Should I just search
Yeah.
handy? Handy embed code generator.
That's the one, and I will look up the what am I looking for? The Firebase stuff we did. So I'll just go to our team. And really, let me close some of these tabs, which I should.
What do I want to do the view of? Step? View of step or step?
No, we need to name this. This is going to be rendered. Is that a
Beautiful.
dorky name?
That's
Or do
very
you want
helpful.
like...
No, that's great. You said rendered?
That feels like a... Yeah, rendered.
Rendered.
With past tense.
Rendered.
Feels like a convention to like figure out.
Rendered. Great. Latest published version. Copy embed code to clipboard. Okay. So now I have this great embed code. Should I just publish the Netlify site that has this as the HTML?
Pretty much. The Firebase one. It's the 3D one. I don't want that one. Fork of Firebase. This one looks cool too. So these change for everyone. More data. So I'm gonna need, I don't care about colors, I want this object.
So if I open
there's a
this, it
setters.
should work, right? Like, I don't even need a server to run this. I can just open it locally.
All right, now we need to define all the database stuff.
Sick. Except here's a problem, is that I made these images goddamn ginormous. So they're too big. Is there like a width 100% sort of situation that we can get rolling?
Yeah. I think we just do style width. Yeah. Try that. Can you like refresh it or something? I published it.
You're amazing. You're so good at your job.
Thank you, thank you.
So if I just put this onto the web somehow, then I'm cooking with fire, huh?
Yeah, where's my Firebase? That's not that one.
Zush was like, do you want to update? Yes or no? And I wrote M. And it was like, I guess I'll go. You don't seem to know what you're doing at all over here.
Nice. I'm gonna make a new collection. This one's gonna be called Progress Bar hyphen, I guess. And I'm not gonna put anything in it yet. But so I'm gonna say Progress Bar. Actually, let's see. What I do for Mar. There's stream, so I'll say progress, it's the collection ID, stream, step, it's a number, value 0, keep all that similar, so it's going to be progress. E3 is not defined.
I don't have Netlify? Jesus. I guess I could put it on S3. Off the air. People don't get to see all the things on my S3. No way, no how. Yep. It's full of fun things, that's why.
Firebase config. Yeah, can't give people everything at once, right? It's like go crazy. Gotta share
All right.
little by little.
So I'm making an S3 thing, and that S3 URL is just a script which pulls in the output of that notebook. Boom, boom. All right, wait. So can you change it to step 2 now? Oh my God. Can you change it to step 4?
Wait, how does this work?
I don't know. It doesn't.
Wait,
It's stuck on
no,
step
no,
2, it
no. It
seems like.
shouldn't. Yeah, yeah. I think the default value is step 2. So if I publish this and you refresh it, no, I'm getting Firebase to go.
Oh, I see. You're still
So this
building
should
that
be,
aspect. Sorry about that.
yeah.
I'll keep eating my snacks, my forbidden snacks.
What are you snacking on? What's your snack of choice?
So we talked in the past about how loud foods are the enemy. So I got labana and cucumbers, which like seems like quiet, quiet foods, relatively speaking, as compared to the pretzels of last time. Also, you mentioned that bags were the enemy, so you'll notice that these are in ramekins, no bags in sight.
Very, very nice. Yeah.
I'm doing my best.
Yeah, we're figuring this shit out. I think, you know, stream by stream. All right, so I got progress, I believe, and I believe I could do value is progress dot step. Then I need the setter. Why does that not? I think something like this. Setters.
The other thing about having a progress bar is now that we have to remember to update it.
Yeah.
I guess that'll be my job. I'll be in charge of the progress bar. Cool. It's 10. If anybody's just tuning in, basically we've been hanging out for the past hour, looking at observable notebooks, getting some inspiration. I think Jeremiah is going to join us soon with some ideas around some data or some approaches. And in the meantime, we're just sort of, fixing up the place, improving things as we can. And I whipped up this sort of progress bar image asset, or really I whipped up 4 of them. And now Ian is doing his Firebase magic, hopefully to make it so that we can overlay them on the stream, and we'll see how that works.
Yeah, can you refresh your
I
notebook?
can. It's on step 3. Oh my God, it's on step 2. Okay, so all right, so I need to go put this into our overlay. So briefly, for like 10 seconds, there's not going to be any audio. Nobody worry. We'll be back and it'll be super cool. Give me 1 second. All right, we're back. It's good. It's pretty good. I gotta spread our image. I gotta spread us out a little bit. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that, bro. All right, now give it a.
I'm moving.
Now give it. Can you change it to one of the other ones?
Yeah.
Oh, it kind of flashes. Maybe it's only the first time. All right, we can work. Oh, there you go. Now that's loaded. Oh, beautiful. Fucking beautiful, bro. So good. I'm really proud of us. What a delight.
I feel like going. Yeah. All right, what step are? Well, I guess we're on step
Yeah,
one
we're on
in terms
get
of
the ingredients. We have like a guest
the
chef coming with
the
some
next.
special ingredients. So,
Yeah.
all right, it might be Joe Rogan time for me in a second as we wait for our guest.
Nice. I have a little something too. My mind right.
So can we talk back to your point about appreciating all the things we do? So far tonight, basically just hanging out over the past hour, you have made it so that you can tick through any force layout easily. You came up with like a framework, a repeatable pattern for exploring force layouts and sort of diagnosing them without replaying them all the time, based on like setting it at a certain fundamental keystone tick and then changing that.
Right. Yeah, so as we change the sort of parameters of the force layout, it's always at like I have it set at this tick. And if we were to like change the slider, we're essentially going from like the original, from the initial positions to like the forces falling into place. And then as you get out here, this is like a finished force simulation. And then you can change, like cluster padding is much more obvious later on in the thing. And then we also made it so that if you...
Yeah, not only that, that wasn't enough.
Right, is that if you... Oops. I like that. You like something, you can click this link and it will save the parameters. You can like share that with folks. So I can put that directly in the stream chat for anyone who's joined recently. And yeah, and you can start from there basically.
I'm stoked. I think that, like, because the other thing is then you can explore, sort of similar to, well, I guess this is an evolution of the other notebook that we did, right? Where you can take the force layout and anybody can rearrange it at the same time. Didn't that not go well? You don't want to talk about it, right? This is our experiment in giving more control over to the crowd, and let's just say that the experiment went poorly and that the crowd is not to be trusted.
Yeah, be really careful what you let the crowd play with.
So basically,
sure.
Arranging circles in 2D space, too much power for the crowd.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have Jeremiah, Drew, and I. Oh, didn't we do it? We did another thing. We made the progress bar. So not only did you make a method to explore force layouts, not only did you make a method to share them easily, but we also made this beautiful progress bar that you can see above us. Oh, wrong direction. That you can see above us, right, to indicate. I think this is handy. Shirley Wu also has a similar thing on her stream, so this is a little bit ripped off from her. But I think it's just good for Twitch streams to like understand where you are in the process, I guess. And that's some of the feedback that we've gotten.
Look, we're done.
Oh, are we done?
Everybody.
should we wrap up?
Yeah, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. No, just kidding. Let's start at the beginning, like all good stories.
All right, so I guess let's give it a try. Let's try and get Jeremiah on here. It's going to be a little bit of an experiment because we have some new technology rolling. But let's try and add him to the Skype chat, and he can tell us about what he's been thinking about. Oops, wrong Jeremiah.
Nice.
Correct Jeremiah. Let's give this a shot. It makes your your image resized in a strange way. What's up, Jeremiah?
What is that? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. We see you, but we do not hear you. Oh, now we see you.
Okay, well.
Everything's great. You're doing great. Everybody's winning, except for one thing that I need to fix. Give me 1 second. Thank you, everybody, for bearing with me. Now everybody's correctly sized, placed. Jeremiah, we'll get you a border for next time we do this. I'm really sorry about that. But anyway, thank you Thank you so much for taking the time to join us on this fine Sunday. We were just poking around. I don't know if you've noticed, but we have this brand new progress bar situation going on that I'm pretty stoked about.
I was watching y'all make that for like the last 10 minutes. Getting pretty tight.
Because I think it's helpful just to like, if it's a 3-hour stream and you tune in halfway, like what the fuck are these dudes doing and like what's happening right now? And I tried to make it broad enough that it sort of explains it. But anyway, thank you for joining us on this Sunday night and hanging out.
Thanks for having me.
Me and Ian are both partaking in Joe
here.
Rogan time at the moment, but we're thinking. So it's and that's what we call it when we smoke because of the Elon Musk situation.
Oh, okay.
Shout out!
Got
Hey,
it.
where's Steuben?
Necessary context.
Yeah.
Before you just say
But you know what?
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, that's fair. I should have known my audience. So we've been playing with this metaphor of like, okay, so it's a cooking show, so like we're gonna cook something tonight. So like if you're our guest chef, right? Like I think you sort of in the chat earlier, you had a cool data set, a cool ingredient, or a cool approach that you wanted to do to it in terms of this sort of internet data that you've got and some of the other things we've been thinking about. So do you want to talk a little bit about what that data set is and what that idea was?
Yeah, for sure. I just want to caveat it if it was like a cooking metaphor that this recipe is yet untested and like could just taste fucking horrendous.
Right.
Reading the news in the U.S., it's hard to like ignore the should schools open debate or debate. I don't know if debate's even the right word, but like
That's a debate.
discourse. Yeah, it's that thread in society, and it's obviously causing a lot of people a lot of stress for a good reason, like on both sides. And just watching people who are parents like try and figure out how they do work, like that's rough. So I'm not smart enough to know the answer to that question by any means, but there's this component of remote learning that we don't talk about a whole lot, except for in generalized terms, which is like how fast are people's internet speeds? Are they good enough for remote learning?
Right. Are these people even
and there's a
capable
really
of doing remote learning? Right.
Right. Like even if you wanted to go down that route, is society set up to do
And
that?
nobody's really asking that. I get. I mean, did you see that article about how school districts are gonna like police whether the kid is like wearing clothes and like wearing shoes and socks and stuff? It was like this whole policy of like, we're doing remote video chats, but you have to like get up and be at a desk and have shoes on, and you have to like, they're talking like you point your camera around to like prove it, which seems like such a strange, like,
Wow.
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Anyway, but nobody's really asking like, is this possible? You know what I mean? It's I think you're right that a lot of the question is like, should we or can we, or at what rate?
Those are good questions.
At what rate can we
I'd
do
like
it?
not, Yeah. So there's 2 data sets I found to be able to think about this. And again, I don't know if this is going to work as like a sample size. And I've never done some of these techniques, which is why I was stoked y'all wanted to do it.
Totally.
Anyway, 2 data sets that I think are the ingredients, I guess, in this.
Yeah. What are the data sets?
Step process. The first one is from this organization called the Measurement Lab, which is like a nonprofit that runs a speed test. Which, like, it's always cool when you think about like nonprofits doing stuff that no one else would ever fucking
Totally.
do. Like, who's gonna collect hella speed test data? So the way that I understand their data set is it's all loaded up into BigQuery. We have a row per test, and that test is a lat long, and it has like an average throughput or like download speed, right, in megabits per second. And the other data set of the ingredients is like a shape file that has every school district in the country.
Sick.
And I forget. Let me pull up my notes so I know.
I was just looking at MLab. So you're saying they're a nonprofit?
Yeah. So they're a nonprofit.
And what is it? Is the data like raw tests, or is it something? Is it like by county, or what? I guess what's the easiest way to see a sample of their data set?
Oh, okay. Well, I've been doing some. I think this is probably fine to share. I've been doing some work for them on the side, so that's how I know.
Well, that's a
about the
great
data
way to
set.
get access to the data set.
Well, it's an open data set, So anyone can access
Well, I'm just saying
it.
it's the same way I got that CMU data set, where like it's an open API, but also I was
Yeah.
working with them to make some stuff.
Exactly. For sure. So one of the reasons I'm working with them is because their visualizations are kind of broken. So find a good example of their. But it might just be helpful if I could just get the data and show you. Yeah. Okay. So what's the best way to do this? Do you want me to Slack you links or?
Can you drop it in the Twitch chat, or Keybase is second best?
Okay. Do I need a Twitch user?
Probably. Yeah, just do Keybase.
Okay. Cool. So that's like a link to some JSON, right? So if we look at that is pre-aggregated data.
Interesting.
And so that's already like at the state level. But their data set and BigQuery is open up, so that I think we can do this our own spatial join, right? Which is
yeah. So what is this?
like taking the. Go ahead.
So I'm just sorry. I'm just looking through what all the keys are in this row, and it's like continent code, country code, mean sample speed.
Yeah.
So these are all regions that they've decided. Or no. They have ISO. They have ISO regions.
Yeah, so these are their tests broken out by ISO region, but in BigQuery their tests are in raw form. So they have lat longs and like they do this like pre-aggregation stuff for ISO regions, which is pretty cool because that's a helpful way to look at it. But we want to look at it in like a different way, which is school district.
Interesting.
Using that shape file, or at least that's what I think. Again, like recipe's never been tested. I've never even really done a spatial join like this, so this might totally fall out.
So you're trying to wait. Explain like I'm 5 again what the join is. Also, Ian, we lost your video, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where'd I go?
I don't know. Where did you go? Something.
I can see you, Ian.
Yeah, I can see you in Skype,
Oh,
but
yes. So like you're looking at this data, Ian, and this is like this row represents one day. So in Maryland, right? Yeah, Maryland on the first of the year, like they got about 3,000 download tests. That's what DL underscore samples is. So like there's about 3,000 tests that fall into that ISO.
all right. Sorry about that, everybody. Just fixing OBS things because Skype makes my life complicated. Anyway, what were you saying, Jeremiah?
I was just walking through some of this data that Ian pulled up on his screen.
Cool.
So this like object that he has expanded here. This
that's me.
represents 1 day. Oh, that's you.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So that's like 1 day in one place, right? So this is like representing Maryland on the first of the year, and is DL underscore samples about 3,200. That means there's 3,200 like speed tests that happen that year.
Okay.
So one thing I'm interested to look at in our data set is when we get into these school districts, like maybe there's only 2 tests in that school district, maybe 1.
Right.
What can we really say about it from that kind of information? But then they do this thing where they break it out into speed buckets. So bucket underscore min and bucket underscore max. Those are 2 values that represent megabits per second. So like this is the number of tests that fell into this speed bucket, as they call it. The reason they do that for like their data set that they publish in this form is that it's just like easier to think about as opposed to like everybody's fluctuating like 2.1 megabits
Totally.
or 2.12.
But there's no like average.
binning.
Oh, there is. There's mean download and mean upload, right?
Yep, exactly. And median. So they do tell you a little bit about all that. We're not going to use this form of the data, but this is like a form that's built from that.
No,
data.
it's super helpful to think about. So you want to use the BigQuery to access this?
Okay. Well, I think I do. You tell me. Like, so why I think that is because let me pull up some more links for you. They have loaded all of their okay, let me back up. The data you're looking at, this is an aggregate form, right? This is 3,000 tests aggregated for the state of Maryland on 1 day. But we might want to look at each of those 3,000 rows. And that's what they've loaded into BigQuery so that we can see like each row that they aggregate into the data we're looking at now. We kind of want to aggregate it into the school district level. Does that make sense?
Yes, I think so.
Yes. The question is how.
Is there a link to that we can pull up? Because that would,
Hey,
yeah,
I should have had all that ready, but I didn't.
all good.
Good, bro. It's Sunday night.
We can.
We're just
I
chilling.
mean, it's also like that's it's cooking, right? So you gotta go to the shelf, get the
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Right? You're like, oh, fuck, man, I'm out of baking soda. What's the baking soda, baking powder equivalent?
Right.
All
Yeah, swap
right.
out.
So who's sharing the screen? Is TJ?
Both of us.
Actually, we both are. Yeah.
Okay, cool. On Skype, I'm looking at.
On Skype, you're looking at Ian's.
TJ's. Oh, Ian's. Okay. So, have y'all used BigQuery before? Because I'm relatively new to it.
I've done a few things.
I have worked with it in the past.
So, like, how does it? It's just like a really big database in the cloud. That's like the jam.
It's like a huge sequel.
Okay. I think that makes sense. So let me articulate what I think we can do. And you all tell me, people who've done SQL stuff. We're going to look at their data set. We can look at the sample. It's free and open. We just have to join their Google group. Yeah, cool. And then there's this other data set that I found from a chain called the National Center for Education Statistics, which is part of the Department of Education. And that's a bunch of shape files for each school district.
Okay.
So what I thought we could do is we could make a table in our BigQuery or something like that and load all these school districts in one row per feature per school district. School districts can overlap though, right? Because like middle school and high school and all that stuff.
No, what? School districts
Right?
can overlap.
If you, yeah, like where I went to school when I was growing up, like my elementary school district was different from my high school.
That's true,
school
I
district.
guess. That's true. But they have that in the data?
Yeah, so they have one polygon per school district, and then like an indication of which grades are within that district.
Weird.
Okay, so I think we can load that up in BigQuery and then do a spatial join against their big data set that says like, hey, can you get me all the tests and group them by these areas?
So
What do you guys think? Does that work in SQL? Is that like a
I
real thing?
follow every single part up until spatial join. And then question mark, question mark, question mark.
All right, so Ian, NDT, and then go to NDT5. And this is like, wait. Just look at their documentation one more time.
Oh my god, look at school districts. Oh my god, there's so many. This is fun. This is a fun data set. All right.
Well, these are, yes, that one's a cool data set, and this measurement lab one, I don't know.
So
I was pretty stoked on the idea of looking at this in a different way and learning how to do BigQuery.
they
stuff
have
from
geo
YouTube.
IDs. What the fuck is what are their geo IDs?
Their school district, you mean?
No, it has. Okay, so I'm looking at the shapefile that you sent over, and if you click on a
Yep,
feature,
of school district, right?
yeah, you get Pequannock Township School District in where am I? It looks like I'm in New Jersey, northern New Jersey. Actually, I should find a school district I know. Passaic. I should find my school district. Haverstraw,
There you go,
Cornwall,
man.
Washingtonville.
Always been there.
We played all these kids in football. Where's me? Wallkill. Pine Bush Central School District. I do not remember it fondly. This is not a shout out. But it has a geo ID of 3623010. Now, when I see geo IDs like that, that means state 36, which I think is New York, and then 23010 would be the county FIPS, but that's not the right county FIPS, I don't think. Okay. Also, they have a low grade, which is PK for pre-K, I would imagine, and a high grade, which is 12 for senior year. I guess that's a cool thing to
Right,
have. I don't know what
right.
do you know what MTFCC is?
No, I don't know what MTFCC is.
All right, do they have like a metadata file on this situation here? The education, demographic, and geographies estimates? Oh, here they do. Tell me what all these things mean, please. Why is it so fucking enormous? All right, here we go. It explains. MTFCC, MAF Tiger feature class code. Great. What the fuck? So it has it has functional status, and then it says as one of the possible functional status is F, as in fictitious entity created to fill the Census Bureau geographic hierarchy. I like that fictitious entity is a potential school district type.
Yeah. I mean, we should find. First of all, we should find the fake school district. So to answer your question, though, GeoID does not look like. You are right that it starts with the state zip code, but then it is a school district local education agency code.
Yeah, what does that mean? Is consistent with NCESLEAID, except in the case of pseudo districts, the fictional districts that we discovered before.
Yeah, the fictional school district.
Except for the districts that we made up, this works.
Too bad there's not like an indication of how many students are in each one, so you could like figure out how many fake students there are. I don't know about fake is the right way, but
fictitious is the word they use, and it's like so much better than fake.
fictitious.
Okay, so GeoJoin. So if we have data by latitude and longitude, we want to place them all within features and then count them within those features in the cloud.
That's what I thought.
That sounds like a thing that's certainly
sense?
possible.
As an approach?
If we all put our smartest brains together. Ian, what are you doing over there? What's going on over there?
Yeah, I've just been clicking around in the BigQuery interface and trying to, poke at it while you guys are talking so that when we switch over, we can talk about it. So there's the NDT5, and one of the things I was doing was I clicked query view, like I clicked on the table. You can just select stuff from it. So, but here's a list of fields, and the thing I wasn't able to figure out just by quickly looking was like how we know where the person, like where the test is coming from. I mean, there's an IP, but I think that like...
Oh, there's no Latin long?
Yeah, are you sure there's a lat long?
I'm gonna look in. Yeah. So which tables are you in? NDT5, NDT, and NDT5. Well, that would certainly hamper our ability to do this kind of analysis.
No, there's
I see it.
Okay, so upload.
You got it. Client.geolocation at latitude and longitude.
What? What did I just do? Okay.
So yeah, I see it in, maybe it's in the downloads table, or I guess are you looking in the uploads table? Those probably the same structure. But like
you got
EJ said, there's one called client_geolocation.latitude.
All right, let's see. So if I say client. Oh, but that's, so you're saying in downloads. So in NDT5, there you found one, EJ?
I just saw it on your screen.
Are you sure it's client? Connection spec, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dot client.
Yeah.
They need 1,000 of them. So what we want is the lat long, namely, or we might want a couple of things, right? Was there?
Whoa, so like if you just say client connection underscore spec, there's a bunch of stuff that are like the children of that with a period, I assume, then it gets all those.
Yeah.
That's
So
pretty
say
cool.
dot client geolocation. Do you know, like, what's the speed or something? Is that like another variable that we can look at?
Yep, yep. Um,
So, but this is cool already. It's not long. We could filter ours to the United States for starters.
It's a great start.
Let me see if I can make this.
okay, so there's a bunch of values like max, min, and I'm trying to find like a speed. Oh, there's one. Let's see, where do schema?
I don't know why it's formatting it like that for me. All right. So
Sick.
I got one row.
Here, so here's some docs I found about like this schema for questions we have about
Yeah, I
what
was just
each.
sort of looking at those.
So is there one called like result? I see one result.c2s mean throughput mbps.
You say DTF? DTS? DTF? What did you say?
No. I said
C2S.
C2s.
Dot mean throughput. Oh, sick.
Do you see that in the table?
No, what's C2S?
That's a good question.
I saw CCRS. What's in there? What are we supposed to
The mean throughput megabits per second is the number that we wish to use, I believe.
Yeah, can you paste that? Oh, okay, you pasted it here.
But I don't see it in this download table.
Oh, which table was that from? NDT5?
C2S.
Yeah, I guess it is. But
Yeah,
then we don't
NDT5
have-
C2S.
But then how do we
What am I
do the
saying?
join?
What do any of these things mean? What's NDT5? What is C2S?
Well, NDT5, I mean, I can tell you that part. NDT5 is like a particular type of speed test
Okay.
so that's like the test. So like at NDT5 or Web 100 or NDT7, those are all different types of tests.
Okay.
And the one we want to focus on is NDT5. Like Web 100 is a deprecated protocol, I guess.
And what's C2S?
So I know that part. That part, that's a great question.
Metadata for client to server measurements performed using the NDT5 protocol.
Okay, because like right, so when we think about how the test is made, there's like they run servers, and then
Client
it's from
to
the client. They do
server.
boom.
Fucking solving mysteries over here.
See, that's why I pitched it to you guys. So I need to solve some mysteries.
Nice. So it still seems though like we have. Why is it showing? Oh, it's not. I feel silly. Okay, I was only seeing the top of the table. So I thought I was doing something wrong. Well, I want this where clause back. So we're still talking about two different tables, though. There's
Yep.
the downloads, and then there's the NDT. What about raw NDT?
So you have to bind them together or some shit? How do you deal with that?
That's a great question. Maybe the raw one just has like all the information about any.
So upload, download, client measurements. Download. Oh,
So
yes.
that has like a mean, yeah. This really is like when you run out of baking soda.
Yeah, because it looks like there's not really a client. Well, it says client metadata, result control client metadata.
Hey, do you think we're
could
slicing
try
and
that.
dicing yet? Do you think this counts as slicing and dicing?
Okay, can we?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Can we join the downloads table and the NDT5 table on the test ID column? Because maybe that finds those two together. They both seem like they have a test ID.
Test ID. Yes, we could certainly join. Oh, that's not what. Okay, so I just have to remember how. It's not the end of the world. So what? Yeah, like we have here. I can get the geolocation, I believe. So I'm getting United States records, and I probably want. So some of these are missing the city. Looks like a very like on. So that's the thing. Like, okay, all these are valid lat longs. There's probably some that, well, maybe these are like the same person if they're the exact same thing 3 in a row.
I'll bet they are, because I think part of their infrastructure is to have like automated tests run throughout the world or whatever. So it could be the same person.
I wonder if there's a way. I mean, even just like the client IP. Do I want to see that?
Oh, just to see.
That could be your key, right?
Yeah, I mean, there may be issues with doing just the IP address, but
You could bind on the IP.
I don't see anything else that like I want distinct IPs or something. Let's just see me what this gets us. So there should be client IP at the end, yeah. So there was a string. And I think if I do, well, let me grab a few. If I say distinct.
Oh, nice.
I think if I do count of that. Let's run 1,000 for now. It's not grouped. I guess we want to group by the IP. Or you put the where first. It says running. So yeah, there's some with
shit, bro.
multiple counts.
Sick, dude.
Yeah, and so I don't know how that'll factor into like how reliable whatever conclusions we might come to.
Well, if you do the geo join, that's fine. Like they'll all still fall. All of those individual tests will fall within that region and contribute to the mean within that geo join. Is the way it makes
Yeah.
sense in my brain.
Yeah.
It does feel like something where, yeah, it's like based on the best available data we have for each of these districts, and then we'll know like how many distinct, IPs, for instance, contributed to that. Um, so you were mentioning that we want the test ID, right?
So both the download table and the NDT5 table seem to have a test ID. And because the download table has the speed number, but the NDT5 number table has our location information, I think we need to join those.
What did I do wrong? So it's test ID not spent. Test ID is just like, yeah, base property.
Yeah.
So before I do my join, I'm gonna comment out this like grouping stuff.
Okay.
So we can go back to getting our initial.
Hey, I think Turf can
Yes.
do what you want also.
I think the thing is that this is such a large
It's too big to Turf.
amount. Yeah, like the shapefile link, I clicked. It's like 180 megabytes, right? So like,
Truth.
and this seems to have geographies in it.
I'm looking
has
at the
this US
I'm looking at the BigQuery geography functions right now just to see. We want within returns true if point of geography 1 given to geography terms contains. Wait, so you're saying you have geographies in the cloud over there?
Well, I think they have some geographies, so they might have like countries loaded up, because they're doing that kind of like
Totally.
like that JSON file we looked at before, right?
I'm dropping in the Twitch chat the BigQuery function that you can use to see if something is inside another thing, which I feel like is what we want to do.
I agree. I saw that same function. I forget, it was like some ST within.
ST contains
somewhere.
or ST within.
Nice. I'll have that up. So first I need to figure out how to join though. So I want to join. I feel like you like select test ID and then that other field, what was it? Result C2S. Like that from the download. So that's measurement lab.ndt. Oh, sorry, not from downloads, NDT5. And I think we can say,
You're doing some wild stuff over there, bro.
I don't really know if I'm doing it right.
I think you're doing great. It's just fucking kind of next level.
Well, I mean, I think I got the syntax wrong because it's been a minute since I've written a SQL query. But like, we basically want to get the test ID. Oh, that's because I'm not getting test ID here. Maybe. Like we get the test ID from this table, the downloads table,
Right.
and then we get the test ID from the NDT5 table, which has the speed result.
Totally.
And so we're trying to join on those two things. And I can't remember if it's like you say from A or something. If you can name it A, name this B. Say like A.testID equals B.testID. Like I remember it being something like that.
Yeah.
So join, and I'm sure.
Oh, did you do an as on your join?
I do not think so.
That's what this one Stack
So
Overflow thing says. It says you should use a table alias.
the with as.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's try that. So my BigQuery, I'll just say with, I guess, results as, and then it's a thing. And I think it was just, you close the parentheses and then you select from that. So you would say select test ID, but that doesn't really answer my question. I want to join.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
I think
you
you're.
still need to get into the other table, right? Like you still need some sort of reference.
I believe in you so much that I'm gonna take my state mandated cigarette break now, and I bet you that when I come back, you'll have figured this out because you're so good at SQL. I'll be right back.
Okay. I think I want inner join. I think I was just reading the wrong part of the documentation, thinking I was in the right part. So from A, join on, or I guess inner join from A, inner join B on A.W equals B.Y.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think A.test equals B.test ID.
Where are you saying B?
Oh, I'm not. That's right. Is this as B? A.test ID.
Hey.
It didn't yell at me, so maybe we're getting some data.
And you're just getting the first 1,000 in the U.S., huh?
I believe so.
No.
This report it gave me no results. Wonderful. I wonder if there's another. So no, I guess the test ID is the unique thing. If we're the other thing is we could try limiting this. Let's say this is the first 1,000. Then I don't think. Still no results, I think. Huh.
The bummer. I wonder if that test ID is not.
Not what we think it is.
Yeah. Okay, but Ian, let's look at this table. Unified downloads. Because this might have been what we were trying to find the whole time. So I see client in here.
Oh, buddy. There we
and
go.
I see lat long in there. And I also see like a mean throughput Mbps kind of thing going on in here.
Oh, man. I think it's exactly what we needed. Okay. So, unified downloads.
So reading through their
that.
doc, it sounds like this is like a view that kind of abstracts away the differences between like this NDT5 test and this Web 100 test. And this is something that they say like, this is, what's their word? A faithful view. Anyway, so I think that is what we wanted.
Yeah. This is, I guess we just want geo and then clients This is much nicer data set. You saved me from
Oh yeah.
certain
Phew.
doom. Yeah.
Goes to show you should read your datasets documentation page before
Oh,
you open
yeah.
it up in the data.
Shit. Don't stop. Stop. God knows if that was an expensive query. I don't know how that
Yeah.
works anymore, but
So I think by getting access, I was reading in their docs, by accepting their Google group, and that's what gives us this data. That means they pay for these queries.
oh, that's generous.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So what do you think we're going to get?
Well, we just got it, so let's see. So I just have the IPs, so we can get, we can pull out the duplicates.
Mm-hmm.
Did I request? Oh crap! I didn't do. So what was the?
It was a
Field
mean. Yeah.
Oh, nice! It just did it for me. Okay. So I want that. Maybe I don't want the whole geo, right? Let's get specific things. Country name a.client.geo. Is it just latitude and longitude?
I think so, but I think also, why don't you grab the city name, because that's just like nice to look at.
Absolutely. And in fact, we probably don't even want the country name since we just.
It might just be city, not city name.
Why didn't you like that? Unified.
No, we want that though.
What did it do that for? I want it right here. I have unified downloads. What's not to like here? A. Oh no, is it A? Oh, okay. This is bad.
Oh, yeah.
I think A is like an actual thing in the data.
Yeah, it looks like it's a
Wow.
top object, so we gotta rename
What's up,
them.
party people?
Hey man, Jeremiah found something to save us.
Yeah, they have this other table which had done the join we were trying to do, I think.
Oh
I
man.
mean, not with the school districts, obviously, but like between the speed and the coordinates.
Nice. So we don't have to do a join after all.
I think we might be out of the woods on that one, but I guess.
So I guess the
checking.
outstanding question is, if you have a bunch of latitude and longitude and speeds, how do you find out the speed of a given polygon? Is that right?
Yeah. Right, but first we have to figure out all the tests that fall within that polygon, right?
Yeah, you want to
Yeah.
group by every polygon, and every polygon is a school district.
That's what I think, yeah.
So how do you tell BigQuery about our school district polygons?
Well, one question I have for you, just off the bat, because we'll need it no matter what, is do you have a school district ID, the one that you were talking about?
Oh, hell yeah,
that You can
bro.
put in the chat,
Yeah, man.
and then we can see, because I noticed that there's this table. Also, I want to save this query or something. I know that save.
Just
this-
compose new query, maybe. Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah. So this is I don't know. Fine. That's the timestamp, and this is what we want.
You want the geo ID of it?
I think so.
Okay.
I think I want the geo ID of it. Yes. I want to start there.
School district geo ID. Coming right up for you. Command paste in the chat.
So that's a number. So I'm going to select GeoID from, what is this, measurement lab dot nd dot geographies dot USCIMH 20 15, and I'm hoping that this is a similar thing. But these are all 4-digit codes, so maybe it's somehow there's other fields that combine, like HH. What does that even mean?
Yeah, what's all that all about?
I see name.
What's AIANNH? AIANNH. Shapefile? Tiger line.
These are in it.
It's the
these are
American
integers.
Indian, Alaska Native, Native Hawaiian areas.
Okay.
That's why they
So
all
in
have
addition to,
those
like-
names. See those names?
Oh,
See
nice.
those Hawaiian ass looking names you got over there? Let me tell you why. It's because
Oh, the entire data.
the entire data
table
set is only American Indian, Alaska Native, and Native Hawaiian areas, also known as the AIANNH.
Nice.
Right. So what we want then, we need to get the shapefiles downloaded. Oh yeah, maybe that the easiest way to do this is QGIS. Like, I think
Ooh, you want to do
Okay, I could
QGIS
probably-
stuff? I got QGIS.
because doing the join in there would probably be relatively easy. I mean, I guess.
No, but we
could
need a
figure out how to
count.
upload.
Well, it'll be easy to visualize, but we need a count per polygon. That's the.
QGIS can't give us the like.
I guess it
Find
could.
out
Let
what
me
po-
look.
what polygon this point is in. I feel like it could.
QGIS count lat long points within polygons. Yeah, Jonathan Soma shout outs to our good friend
Nice.
in 2018. Oh hell yeah, bro! There's a count points and polygon function in QGIS. Done. I'm in. So I need all the
Nice.
data though. How do you give me like 10 tons of, I guess, count data?
I know. I think there's
Yeah.
a way to export this.
Ian, one more thing you should definitely include on the data set, though, is the date. Because I can imagine that, maybe we want to drop tests from, 3 years ago or something like that. That internet speed data might not be valuable.
That sounds like a great point. Let me include the date real quick so we can look at it. Is there anything else that we should go ahead and grab while we're at it?
I think we have what we need, right? We have a mean speed throughout that test, as well as where that test took place.
All right, buddies. I got all the school districts showing up in QGIS, so that's pretty cool.
Nice. Isn't it great when the government publishes really usable shapefiles like that?
The government
I love
made
it.
this?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah, that's from the National Center for Education Statistics.
They must be
Nice.
very well learned.
We would hope.
There's a crazy line going down the middle of New Jersey for their school districts.
Really?
Yeah.
So did you see that overlapping kind of feature happening in the school district you knew about?
No. Let me go look. Let me go back home. I lost it. I'm never gonna find it again.
And if anyone's wondering, there's about 13,000 school districts in the country.
That's too many. I guess that makes sense. How come there's more than there are?
Yeah, I
I guess
don't know.
they're smaller than counties.
Certainly, in my county where I grew up, there's tons of school districts.
Should we visualize all
I mean,
all data by school district?
Yeah.
Is this
It'd
the
be
way of the
funny to
future?
see, yeah.
2016.
Which
I mean,
county has the most school districts?
depending on how hard this step is, I guess I don't have votes as points. I have them by county, so this would be more difficult. Are you getting me a bunch of points, Ian?
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make sure I can parse the date and do like Jeremiah said to get it, fresh data. We don't want stale stale data.
I just want any data, fresh,
So you
stale.
could do that in you could do that in QGIS probably too.
Fair, but I think it will reduce the size of everything, which would
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
theoretically-
like look, that's going back to 2009. I don't even think that's valuable.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think even just the last however many 5 years or something. So I'm just trying to make sure I can.
I
Well,
like
I
that
guess
you're
I want
parsing a
this.
terabyte every query. That's pretty cool.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
926 gigs processed. Yeah, that's cool. I've never used that BigQuery, but I like this. This is cool.
You can make big queries.
So I probably. Yeah, this is fine. Just anything above the last 5 years or something, or 4 years. Let's do that.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, 4 years. Sounds right. Oh,
Okay,
no.
failed to parse that. What did I do wrong? Can I do this? Oops.
Oh, I bet it loves
Keep wanting
that.
to hit shift in.
Shift enter?
Nope.
No, it doesn't like that.
Can I
What
just?
does it want its state to be?
Wait. It's the parse date. Shoot. What is it?
Can't cast that. So did I get? It was parse date.
Yeah, and
Uh,
your both of the things you just did should be working. Year, month, day. Is that not your format? Are you doing?
No, see, it's the host or the source format. It's not the.
Oh.
What do you mean?
I think like if you go down to that example that was that you were just highlighted over.
Oh, because our
No,
current
like-
date is. Sorry. Oh, in the documentation.
Yeah. Yeah, where your thing you got it highlighted? Where's your cursor? I don't even know. But then do you see how like the parse? Yeah, the result returned is like using hyphens, but the string there is using something else, using slashes. That makes me think that it's like the string is the source format.
Right. So, I need to be able to say. Oh, I see. What you,
So it's like based on whatever it looks like in the table, which I'm like pulling it up right now.
was running again slowly. I think
Parse
Let's
that
see, like-
data.
my last results. So while it's running, I can still edit this. Can I? Okay, so it's in this format. Yeah, I mean, this is like the date format for SQL. Can I? So you're
Yeah,
saying,
so
can I do this 16 and have it be,
right.
or does it need to give a format?
Okay, never mind.
Just gonna like mess with it.
Oh my gosh.
X.
BigQuery.
Oh, great. Did we? BigQuery. Date from string. Oh, I have to give it this. Oh, okay. So I have to give it like a, I don't know what X is, but maybe this one's gonna work. So it's gonna be 01, 01, 2016. You work.
What the? Oh. That's weird. It makes sense once you understand it, but
Yes. Do. I guess, yeah, month, day, year. So I could probably rearrange this to be closer to what we want. I'm just hard coding the, like,
The
the
start date.
earliest date. Yeah. So this is giving me all data. Yeah, past that, and only 1,000 of them. So it looks like I can do. Well,
Why
one
don't we
thing
limit
I'm.
it? Are we
Mhm.
limited to start? Or should we save this and see if EJ can, like, pull just even these results up?
I also have,
Yeah.
I've been working on another plan while you guys have been doing your cool stuff, which is that there is a big query. If you pass it in the string of a GeoJSON polygon, then we might be able to do some magic. So I'm trying to make you a GeoJSON polygon right now, and that's my current plan. If I can remember
Interesting.
how to filter things. Tips. Help.
I have QGIS open.
Filter.
If you want to throw me that file.
I'm trying to do it in MapShaper because I'm a gangster. So we're
Or
gonna.
no, Ian's file.
Oh, I see.
Because then I can use the count or whatever.
Yeah. Let me see how big this file is. 79 kilobytes. It does not seem like it has a ton of rows.
Well, it should have 1,000 rows, right? Oh, no.
Oh, it's 1,000. Yeah, I see. I didn't. I have to run the results here. It's getting everything.
Yeah.
And then I can probably export that out. Okay. So that may take a while.
Could you throw me that other file while you?
Absolutely. So here, I can just, what's the quickest way? Send it on Keybase.
Sure.
It's a pretty small file, yeah. Oh, I can also upload it as
Ooh, nice. There you go.
because it's a good like prototyping data set. So let me.
I got the name of my school district wrong.
From which school district do you come, Jay?
Pine Bush School District, known for being the home of racism in upstate New
The
York.
home of racism.
The home. Sorry, I said that wrong. What I meant to say is that the home of the Orange County KKK was there until like the 1970s, and that was just the general vibe of the place. But when I was growing up there was a lot of like reverse gentrification of like kids from Yonkers and the Bronx who were moving up from the city to like their parents would commute in, and they went to this like upstate school district. So there was that.
All right. So this point in polygon. Let's see. How does that work?
All right, so I'm gonna publish this. It's in the chat, both in Keybase and on Twitch. So we got 1,000 rows sample from the unified documents. And that gives us, yeah, and so like multiple tests from the same IP would still show up here. So we want to filter that out, probably in the BigQuery thing. But yeah, these are long, and then I'm running the query response. Okay, why isn't there an option to to schedule it. Okay, why can't I?
And you know, like QGIS are always so cryptic. They're just like tried to run the count points in Polygon, and it told me I had one invalid feature, and so it had to bail out. Oh.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's a way that I can tell this like query. I want to run this query and export it to a table, temporary table, not found. Okay. To true in your job configuration. What is allow large results?
Okay, I did it. I made an enormously long string of GeoJSON coordinates. Let me try and make you a query with it. Like a gangster.
So what are you trying to do, Eugene? You're trying to add all the polygons as strings to a file?
Just
to a
one.
BigQuery table?
Just one for now. I'm looking at the BigQuery docs. Let me make my screen a little bit bigger. Where was it? I was looking in the BigQuery docs, and they had a cool function. If that I can find where it was. They had a cool function called stgeo from GeoJSON, which accepts JSON geometry fragments. The input JSON fragment must consist of a point, multi-point, line string, multi-line string, polygon, multi-polygon. I'm giving it a polygon, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, I'm giving it a polygon. The position and coordinates member must consist of exactly 2 elements. The first is, yep, and that's what I have. Okay. What is stgeopoint? None of this shit makes a ton of sense.
That sounds like a type that would be like representing a point.
I'll just get the geometry shape in there and we can see what's going on. With polygon as select polygon. Oh, it's just a list of the coordinates? That's crazy. That's not how. I mean, whatever.
Something like this. Do I need to go to like another project, set this up?
What?
Just looking, you can't really tell, like, because we only have 1,000 files, 1,000 C tests, but I think we are going to have no data for many school districts. We'll see. Also, I have this really terrible, like, TV at nighttime glow, so I'm going to turn my webcam off while I go get a better light.
That's all good. Do your thing, man. I'm still trying to figure out how to do this BigQuery geospatial query nonsense. It's kind of crazy. What are you doing over there?
I am trying to figure out how to save your points to their own table so I can then export it. I believe that's what I need to do. Unified downloads, how about that? Because I believe I can just go to that table then and download the results in a format that I can send to you. That would be useful to you.
Yeah, then I can just do the join in QGIS. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, if sorry, I was paying attention to this. It's now running. So you couldn't get a BigQuery?
I'm trying to work my way through it. So basically, BigQuery has a function called stgog from text, which takes in GeoJSON feature coordinates, which I have, and then lets them use that as a polygon, which you can then use for the other thing we wanted, which is st within. So basically, and this is what I'm trying to figure out right now. You do with params as p, and then you select anything where I mean, you project the latitude and longitude of the row, and then select where anything is in that, and then count by it, and then return a count by. Right, I guess you would figure out a way to automate that for every district. I don't know, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, so you could imagine that, yeah, like you do some kind of average or mean or, median, and then as part of the group by. But we could also, for starters, just choose one district and like get all the tests from that
That's exactly
district.
what I was thinking. So I basically made one for my home district. I have that GeoJSON now, but I was trying to figure out how to make the query where I feed it to it. But I can just drop in the raw GeoJSON right now into Keybase if you want.
Um, yeah, you can do that, but yeah, I think you're right that turning that into a BigQuery friendly string would be good.
Well, I feel like I'm close to it. Like basically, they in the way in their example, they just have. I don't know. It looks really weird. I'll drop the example in the chat real quick. So they do with polygon as, and then we want to do basically geo text to geom, and turn that and pass it the coordinates. Which these are all latitudes and longitudes still because it's GeoJSON unprojected.
So yeah, I think, okay. Nice. So you have the GeoJSON of that thing.
Wait, so is this BigQuery results.csv the thing you were building?
That CSV is 1,000 rows out of the many
Oh,
I'm
perfect.
about to find out.
So let me
Um,
pull this in the QGIS. Turn my insane filter off. Okay, so we want to add a CSV.
wow, that's a big number. So
Yeah. Well, dude, you
100
didn't
Oh, hey,
do your
Jeremiah.
date. You didn't do your date filter on there. But hey, I'm back.
Oh, you're right. Look, these are over time.
But yeah, to give you a sense of this data set, I believe. Oh fuck! I should have double checked all these numbers, but I thought they said it's like 3 million tests a day in the U.S.
Okay, yeah, that could be possible. We could also check that.
I mean, how big
But-
is that number? That's 100 million. Is that number?
Open it up in a data studio. Authorize. Wait. Okay. Never mind then. I guess because it's like that count. I want to probably let me try that way. But the other thing I want to do is export it. So I'm going to export it as a CSV to this serious data.
The most serious data.
Make a new folder. Internet. And the file will be test US tests, or I think I had it tests US 2016.csv. Select, no compression, export. Oh, it's too large. Star.
Damn.
Yeah. Oops. Why did I have that twice?
Well, that's cool. I mean, that gives me a little bit more faith for like having enough distribution to get cool analysis. Oh, that's cool. You can just, man, this whole BigQuery thing is, I should use this more often.
I don't know why I'm going to that URL. I want storage. Yeah, it's pretty, it can be pretty nice. Okay, apparently that doesn't work. Fair enough. Serious data, internet, this UI is interesting. Looks like they've updated it, which is good news.
It won't do the count and points thing because it's upset about the geography. So.
I know, and then I can't figure out how to, like, it says select, ignore, invalid, right? But I can't find that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Analysis tools.
That's like all of my experience with QGIS.
Don't talk shit about
time, like-
QGIS. Shh.
Yeah. Every time it's like, this works well, and then it's like, cryptic error message. Can't recover.
Yeah, it says feature 209 has invalid geometry. Please fix the geometry or change processing setting to a processing setting that is not available. How do you fix the geometry?
Yeah, like, what is 209?
Yeah, 209 of what? How do I find it and fix it? All right.
I wonder if that's like if you attribute table 209.
Handling invalid geometry is QGIS 3. Procedure. I love procedure. Oh, vector geometry check validity. Sick. All right, so we got to have a little step before. Vector geometry check validity. Are you valid? Run. There's one I know that's not valid. Good old 209.
So how does that work? You would check this input. Okay, cool.
Oh, you just check validity and then you filter out anything that's invalid and then you do it.
So you run this check validity, and then that makes a temporary layer, and you use that.
No, you run check validity and that gives you 3 new fields. One is valid, one's invalid, and one's error, and you just filter so only valid ones happen, and then you select filtered ones in the count points. We still haven't figured out because it's going to count how many tests there were per county, but I still don't know yet how to make it give me the mean of all the tests per feature.
Yeah, we don't actually want to count. We want.
But it has a weight field. Did you see that?
I did.
So you can weight your count. Not that that makes a ton of sense to me. Okay, so now we have valid output. Let's do this whole situation again. Vector analysis. Count points in Polygon. Yes, a valid output. Use that. Q results. Great. Run. Please work. Hey, processing algorithm. So now we'll know how many tests there were per school district.
Well, just of that first 1,000.
Of the first 1,000.
So I think figuring out how to do it in BigQuery does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, what's
you
going
ended
on
up
over
with
there,
a lot
Ian?
of files there, Ian.
I know. Frustratingly, I can't just make them all public in one go. I know how to do it, I think.
What have you done, sir? They're all enormous.
Yeah, it's basically, why can't I? Yeah, they're all 600 megabyte files. This is clearly we have to do something in BigQuery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 66 of these 600 megabyte files.
That's too many.
So, yes.
We could do. I mean, you could do it. I think with TurfJS and like a streaming node setup, but it would just take forever.
That sounds insane.
Yeah.
That's how I would do it because I am one of those people who have refused to learn how to use SQL so far in my life,
Yeah.
and
I mean, that's
scares
fair.
me. So, but no, I should just learn it because it's super useful. Obviously.
I think what we want to do.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
my algorithm's at 75%. What's yours at?
My what?
Your QGIS processing.
73.
Okay.
I think we want to put all of our school districts as a table, and it's going to have a name field, and it's going to have a GeoJSON coordinates field, and you're going to select all from that, and then you're going to make your polygon, and then you're going to do your select all latitudes and longitudes that are within this polygon, and then I don't know, man. I have my count though. I'm going to make a map.
Me too. Yeah.
Making a map. Graduated symbol. Do some of this. Do pretty breaks, natural breaks apply. How come they're so ugly? How come it's not classifying? Oh, no points. There we go. All right, so I mapped that useless data you gave me. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
What'd you find?
Many of the tests in the first 1,000 rows of your database were in Florida and Nevada. Wowie zowie.
That's funny.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, so did you figure out so you're having trouble getting the polygon to actually like use the BigQuery ST functions?
Yeah, I had no understanding of what they want, but now that I said it out loud, I think that we need to figure out how to make a BigQuery table where every row is a school district and it has the array of latitudes and longitudes that create its border as a text string that we will then use to create SG geography, something or other. It seems like a lot. It seems like a lot, but I think we can do it. We have half an hour left. I believe in us. I think it can be done.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Should we try and make a table then?
Well, how do
Yeah.
you, that's a question. How do you make a table in this thing that these kind people are letting us borrow?
I think we have to make our own table.
Our
and
own
maybe
BigQuery table? And then pull it in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have it open. Yeah, we should probably be able to do it. So, sorry, I'm just running. So I have my subset that I'm going to want to query against here, and so I'm just going to try to figure out how to add an external. Okay. I don't know if that's what I really wanted to do, but so BigQuery import shapefile is probably what I want, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Convert to GeoJSON, upload CSV.
Wow, that's like a pretty involved process.
Yeah, I feel like... Alright, so this is like crazy involved. So is there... Oh,
Ooh,
I mean, there's a command line thing.
great.
That's not the end of the world. Convert
Use
it to
Ogre.
CSV with WKT. This is exactly what you said.
I got you.
though. So
I
there's
got
only
you,
two
bro.
steps.
You need a CSV. I'm not even going to involve Ogre to Ogre. I'm going to do this shit in QGIS. CSV with WKT, you're telling me.
That's all we need, yeah.
CSV, WKT. That is all we need. Save features as.
What's tight, I think about maybe even another, not to be like a BigQuery shill here, but like, you could run this to, I saw you could schedule it. So you could have a thing that pulls from the most recent MLab data like every week or something pretty easily.
I lied. I don't know how to make it write WKT out of Qtris, so I'm useless.
That's all. That's all right. I mean, I can just copy paste command line things.
Yeah, cool.
probably.
I'll race you because I'm gonna see if I can learn Qtris export CSV WKT. I did all this. Oh, I was very close. Seems like. In layer option. Ooh, layer
Okay.
options.
I think it comes in GDAL.
Yeah.
Not OGR.
Oh, I did it!
Okay.
I found it. I'm killing it.
You are
Almost. I'm almost killing it. I
beating
don't want to
me.
get advanced. All right, so this is school districts for BigQuery.csv. And we'll call it, oh, whatever, fuck it. Hey, I did it, son. I'll drop it in the keybase. No, I'm a fucking moron. I'm giving you the data back out that you just gave me. Let me give you the school districts. Let me try this again. with the school districts. All right. Save feature as CSV geometry WKT. See, I should have measured twice and cut once. All right, it's gonna be a big ass file though, bro. Just so you know.
That's certainly possible.
It's at 30% of its export right now. So wait, so then you take this CSV and do a command line thing, and it becomes a BigQuery thing?
Yeah, I think part of the idea is, that once you have that CSV, you can upload it to BigQuery.
Sick.
Which of the files was it? Edge or TL
Edge.
2019? Edge. All right, so hopefully, well, I'm gonna run a new tab. I'm just gonna pretend like I think I'm gonna run a new tab. Yeah. So down.
Sick. I did it. I'm
How
a
big
winner.
is it?
It's only 438 megabytes. No biggie.
So I don't know what input is supposed to be here, but it's probably school district shape out.csv. That sounds like a fair enough name. All right, but this isn't done installing yet, so you're probably beating me then.
Well,
Where can I
I'm
get this?
uploading my ginormous CSV right now.
What's
Like a
the file
BigQuery?
size?
438 megabytes.
Yes, this will be fun.
I'm gonna try and put it on S3 in addition to trying to put it on Keybase, because I don't know. I bet Keybase is trying to like encrypt it and stuff, and I don't really need any of that.
This isn't telling me how I actually import the data. Learn how to import data sets from Google Cloud Storage. Okay. Import data, run a test query. I mean, that's what I want to know how to do, but I just want the command. This is 5. Right? Yeah, I just gotta upload it. Okay. So this is breaking it into pieces. Oh no, I just did a couple versions of it.
All right, my upload is almost done. And Keybase. Boom. Better get that started. It's gonna take a half-hour download.
It's trying.
It's doing its best on this movie-sized CSV.
Oh, command not found. Don't tell me this like bash doesn't work.
How would you know? Yeah, that's so weird.
Oh, it says it downloaded, so
Sick, dude.
you beat me. It's LS school districts.
Woohoo! Play the I Win music.
What's the I Win music?
I don't know. That's what we're kind of lacking.
Oh, okay, but then. Alright, this will take 2 seconds, but I need to install gcloud SDK Mac. Alright, I have the project, blah blah blah. So yeah, basically I need to install these command line tools. And Google makes it pretty, I will admit that I like this better than Amazon. I've used both
Oh yeah.
a good bit.
I've only used Google,
But, like-
which is a testament to how good it is, because I could not handle my way through Amazon's equivalent.
Yes. Do that. Fine. That's fine. Update that. Okay, and I think I say gcloud init. No. But did I like open a new shell? Gcloud init. Yes, I'd like to log in, and then it should just.
It is
take
nice
me-
that it does that. Yeah. Like the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
terminal,
smooth
a
as
lot
fuck.
flow.
You have to like get a code and paste it into the command line and shit.
Yeah.
I want my ngSets data set. Okay. No, I don't want it. Default. Alright, close that. So then I think I should be able to do GOCTIL. If I do GOCTIL copy school districts, it's supposed to autocomplete, but I basically I'm going to make this public. Actually, let me make a new bucket.
New bucket.
Coding with fire data.
Yeah, this is what I wanted the whole time. I've always wanted a coding with Fire
Hey, y'all are
BigQuery.
official.
I'm gonna put all my county data in it.
All right, it's going to be all public data.
Yeah.
So make it public. How do I go? Just CWF data. Oh, I hate this.
Using you.
How does access control work?
I know. Why isn't there used to be a button that was just like make this shit public.
Yeah, it's because everybody clicked that button and never thought about this ever again.
Oh, I guess To ensure that the buckets data does not become public, do not add all users. So what do I
Oh,
want to do?
perfect.
Add
You fucking figured
all
it out.
users.
Killing it.
Storage.
Beautiful.
Viewer. Okay. Save. Yes. Allow public access. Why didn't you make a button in the first place? Okay.
I liked your method.
Yeah. So now we should be able to copy Alice school districts. Okay. So gsutil copy this to CF data, and we're just going to put it there. No folders.
Ooh,
All
that's
right.
pretty nice too. That's handy.
So it's uploading it there.
Sorry, can you resize your window up a little bit? Because I'm cropping off the bottom of your screen, which is the most important part at this specific juncture.
Something like that.
That's perfect, yeah.
All right. I think there's a good moment for me to take a 3-minute break. Grab
Do you
a
want to
snack.
take a little loading break?
Yeah, it's uploading, right? Let's make it.
All right, so I'm gonna, while you're gone, I'm gonna do my best goddamn attempt to build a BigQuery thing that uses this. Can you send me the article that you were reading from?
Yes. Wait, you mean using this?
Yeah, the one.
import
Yeah, that one. I think it might lead into what I'm about to do.
There's also this one. I think this one had more like SQL in it. That's probably the one you want, actually.
Loading large spatial features. All right, yes, please.
All right, then I will be. I can actually see.
So
I'll
how
BRB.
does it say how long is left on this upload thing? Oh, it's 46 for, okay. Yeah, it says like 50 out of 418. So it's going to be like another 10 or 15 minutes to upload that. But that's cool. That's fine. I don't even mind. So we're uploading the CSVs to GCS. We load into BigQuery. Okay, let me sort of look at that CSV file because that'll give me the name of the columns that I want to do my queries on, I guess.
Yeah, like how do you do the right? Because you want to grab each.
Yeah, I want to.
This is the ST within or whatever contains. Sorry, within.
Yeah, because it has stgog from text or something like that. I'm just looking at the BigQuery spatial functions. Geography functions.
I'm looking at that same file. So which one are you? GeoJSON, just make polygon. Okay, we can just import it one time as like a geography type, right?
That's what I was doing before. Like, so I dropped that in the chat where it's just one school district as GeoJSON. That's pb school district.geojson l.json. It's just one, right, which has its array of points. But I was trying to make that look like their example query, but their list of points is space separated, latitude and longitude, and then comma separated. It's not like, I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, what's the best way to load it in so that it is just always geography and we don't have to like parse out the text part?
Yeah, exactly.
Load.
Yeah, what I need is just more example. I wish they just had more examples of people using this because I don't totally understand.
There's like this one Medium post that keeps popping up.
That's where I'm at too.
I guess it looks like Well, maybe this is outdated because it's saying there's like a BQ command, like a BigQuery command for the command line, where you could just tell it to load in a file and tell it which column is. You can give each like column a type.
I don't know. You mean when you're loading it into BigQuery?
Yeah, exactly. Like here, like
Interesting. Well, we could have new line delimited JSON if you wanted.
I don't. Oh fuck. I mean, I'm sure it takes CSV. I don't think the form. I would hope the format isn't the problem. But do you see where like the command is, like the second part is like defining which columns are types, geometry, int64.
Yep.
And that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so we need to do that for every row. I'm just looking at right now what the rows are in this CSV. So we have WKT, which is our string geometry. We have state FP. I'll just drop it in the chat. So those are all of our headers. I'll drop it in Keybase too. So we need to make one of these things. Oh, we don't have to. I don't think so. That's just if we want to get our integers as integers, or I guess we do have to.
I guess there's just one way of doing it. I don't even really understand this with this BQ command and stuff.
Basically, we want to teach BigQuery about our geometries, and then we want to construct a query which groups by anything that does fall within that geometry. So it's like select average points and group by school district, I guess. Something like that. What's up, Ian?
Hey. How's it going?
It's going all right. Fucking BigQuery is kind of... We're stuck on... Like, we basically made the ingredients, but now how to teach BigQuery about geometry, that's my big question.
Yeah, so it looks like you can load auto-detect from this file. So once we get it in the S3 bucket, we should be able to load it as a data set that will have geometry.
And then they do stgeog from GeoJSON, but we did it as WKT. So you can just use... Wait, there's a function... There's a, like, BigQuery function parse from WKT, I think.
Yeah, I think it automatically uses the GeoJSON format. Like, that's what I was reading earlier. It was like, basically the WKT should be in that format somehow.
Okay.
Like, this is using as GeoJSON and ST transform, blah, 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 from
I wonder what that looks
shape, so...
Oh, yeah, it just looks like... Oh, that is what it wants. Okay, awesome. I was trying to understand what the fuck the example was, and I guess it was in WKT. Because now that first column looks exactly how it should. This is great. So I gave you the right thing, I think. I'm just looking at an example row from it right now.
That is relieving. Certainly. Oh, and then I see, yeah. So the upload is more than halfway done, so I'll get there pretty soon. And then there was, like, let me see if I can also just run this command for, I think it was, this was school districts. just like that. School district plus y 18, 19.
Hey, as soon as this gets uploaded into BigQuery, you know what's going to happen then. Then I think we're cooking.
Yeah.
Have you been
Yeah, we're
updating
slicing
it?
and dicing right now. I think it still fits.
Sure.
Yeah, we could, once we get BigQuery under control, is that we actually export a CSV file per district with like the file name is the district and like
Whoa.
it's hosted publicly.
Okay.
So then from Observable or somewhere else, you could,
Oh, you can visualize your district.
yeah, you could like pull up a single district. It'd be like a more manageable set, right? To like
Totally.
play with and start with.
All right, we're getting
Yeah.
close. 370 out of 420 is not bad.
Yeah. Okay. This said it will work too. So 670. Okay. The output CSV that I generated following their command is 670 megabytes. So it's even bigger. So hopefully yours works just fine because
Because it doesn't have all those extra megabytes. That might be useful. Is that what you're trying to
Yes.
say?
I mean, it might just be GeoJSON versus well-known text. You know, there's like extra curly brackets and stuff.
Truth. Yeah, well-known tech. Oh, maybe they knew what they were talking about, those BigQuery people. They're like, give us the lightest representation of geometry. Yeah, look at all your zeros, you crazy motherfucker. I guess I have all that. They're the same amount of zeros, actually. Hello, cat.
it's not clear to me what the difference might be, but hopefully, yeah, we'll find out very soon here.
Can you guys hear my cat yelling at me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's like, what have you been doing for 3 hours?
It's like, can't eat GeoJSON.
Yeah. He's like, this isn't helping me
It's
at
not
all.
interesting. It is not like, if it was like maybe a little point. Okay, operation complete. Boom.
Great. That's what we like to
Hey.
see.
Yeah, so I want to follow this.
Now what? What the fuck
here,
is this
so
shit?
Or is it MLab?
I think it's NGSets. Wait, is that
I think I'm
the...
already in NGSets is the thing, so it's,
Oh, right, okay.
and I'm going to say this is districts. And the bucket is CWF data. CSV file was called.
Something great. School districts for
Just go look at-
BigQuery.csv.
Refresh my bucket here. Yes. Wow, this is a great. You can't like expand and then that's fun. .csv. And let's see what happens.
Everybody cross your fingers.
Let's see, list of projects and just sets. Why wouldn't it be? I mean, this is kind of
Yeah,
cool.
this feels like hacking.
Yeah.
I feel like we're doing
Well, it's not telling you
computerized
how-
stuff.
How much percent? Yeah, it does.
It is pretty tight that we were able to just like run the query on this terabyte database and get this massive internet CSV all from a website. That's pretty cool.
Well, it makes me want to play with other BigQuery data sets that are like GDELT. I've always wanted to play with. Like, I think we've talked about that before. That's the global. Let's see if I can remember. Global. No, I don't got it. Basically, it's all a whole bunch of news articles. Let me look up what the GDELT acronym is for. GDELT. Do they tell you what GDELT stands for? No, but it's great. Just trust it. Uppercase GDELT. They have a huge BigQuery of like every news article ever done, like across the world, and they like machine language translate from the native language into English to like do categorization and tagging and stuff. So you can do cross language like news analysis. It's like one of the only data sets that does that.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah. I realize I'm on my mic now.
Oh yeah. So what's going on over there?
Yeah, it's just loading this job, I guess. I don't know.
So I guess we just hope for the best
Don't have
while
any-
it runs. This is a huge data
Yeah.
set.
Yeah, just sort of find a way to pass
Yeah,
the time.
tell BigQuery that we have 4 minutes left in our deadline.
Come on,
Yeah.
BigQuery. Our editor says that it's showtime soon, or you get
Do your
fired.
thing. No, I think we can go over a little bit. But I think to end the night, the goal would be to generate a count, like a mean internet speed for one school district at the least, right? Using a BigQuery Polygon query. That's the dream. Right?
Sure.
Should I be playing jams?
Yeah, what was going on? Hey, look, it finished.
It
Check
finished?
out.
Yeah. Look at this.
That looks like data. Do you see a WKT column?
I do.
Oh shit! That's the shit we need
All
right
right.
there.
So give me that district. The GID
Yeah.
was in the chat before, so I'm gonna go pull that
Yeah,
up.
son.
So from mlab.district where GeoID sick. We get one row.
Perfect.
The big old WKT.
Multi-polygon.
Oh.
That's it right there, baby.
Oh.
All right.
This is sick, dude.
So
So wait, I just want to talk through how.
Nice.
So we made a CSV, and then you ran a magical command line command that put that CSV into BigQuery.
yes. So I should put this somewhere. I'm gonna put this up in our notebook that at some point we will be pulling data back in. So I'll make a I can do something like
one.
this is like. All right, making a note of this. BigQuery stuff.
Nice.
Yes, so we have this command that took the CSV we got and made it into a table, which then we can query like this. So I'll put this over here too. I don't like that. I'll have to put backticks. So, okay, what have we got now? So, I want to be able to do one of these geometry queries, right? Like,
Yeah.
how can I make sure this works? Wait, I think there was this one Medium article. Here's like a query. Stations. zip code is param zip code. Okay, why is I want to do something this geom as polygon. So instead of selecting star, do a few of these states. What just happened here? GeoID name.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. Oh, well, it doesn't have geom, so is it WKT?
I think it's actually Geo. I don't think it's from GeoJSON. I think you want geog from text.
I think you're right.
Like that?
Yeah. It's unclear capitalization because in their docs everything's capitalized.
But yeah, look at this. It
Whoa.
gave me back a polygon.
Okay.
There you
That's
go.
wild.
So now we can use the
Within?
the st underscore container.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So
Or I think because we're
Well, yeah.
you gotta pull in.
I think it's contains. Within takes a distance parameter and like sets a radius. But contains is like within another polygon, I think.
St contains. Returns true if no point is outside. Yes, that sounds right.
So so we want to use that in our where clause, right?
Well, we have to make a geography that's a point from our latitude and longitude columns.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So I'm gonna figure out how to do that.
Oh, it was in that
Saint
example.
Geog point. Oh, it's killing it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
put it in the chat just for fun. Yeah, exactly. And it would be like we want contains.
Are you working on that like within thing?
Yep. I think it's something like this.
Okay, so I think I can use look and district that.
Perfect.
Maybe I can't.
Well, the thing is, we want to like select. It's where my SQL knowledge sort of.
I think it's just polygon. I don't think it's district type polygon.
Well, I like save district here with district as this.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
So I don't know if there's like. So this thing uses zip code.polygon.
Zip code as, yeah.
Select star. So you have to have like stations as.
Oh, you have to
this.
collapse it. Okay. So we're missing the. What is it? Districts as we should call it.
Oh, it's doing from this and zip code.
What?
Zip code where it equals that. So it's like this is zip code where. Oops, not zip code.
Yeah.
District.
Yeah. Okay.
It didn't yell at us yet. Normally it would complain by now.
Interesting. Query. Oh no, it's still running.
That's
Yes,
pretty
knowing that this
exciting.
doesn't go away. It is exciting. So this is gonna be districts.
Ah, damn.
Oh fuck.
Let's pick a really big. Let's pick like New York City school district.
Oh yeah, I never checked if any. I guess it would. Yeah, you're right. I should get a better district to test with. You're saying that we're almost certain
Yeah, like-
has results instead of
like
my
LA
weird,
or
my
New
bunk
York.
ass country ass school. Is that what you're saying? That my school's
I
too
didn't- I
country
didn't say it. I
to
didn't
have
say
internet
it.
tests happen in it? I can read between the lines. Let me look in New York. Oh, I already filtered.
But it's kind of tight that like we could be like, if we were doing this visualization, we could say like, if you don't see your school district here, like go, run their speed test thing.
Right,
and
right.
then have our automatic query
Oh,
run
yeah,
this
because
the
it runs
next
from
day, and then it would,
BigQuery.
like, update.
Oh, that's pretty sick,
Yeah.
actually. That's a cool way to think about it. All right, so
Yeah.
do you want me to give you the GeoID of like New York City school districts?
Yes.
Okay. I will drop that in the chat.
Here it is.
That's the New York City Department of Education, and if there's no speed tests inside that, then we're fucking up.
Yeah. Then we got to admit that we don't know what we're doing.
Okay, running.
It's still so exciting. I like working with big data because you get back to having rendering time, which is like reminds me of dark rooms and like working with data way back when, or like rendering 3D things.
Mm-hmm.
You're like in partnership, or also it reminds me of pottery, where like you like make something and then you put it in the kiln and you're like, don't explode, don't explode, don't explode.
Wait, so y'all. I think we have our. Hold on.
Yes, Jeremiah?
I think we have our arguments for ST contains backwards.
Word, is it latitude and longitude? Because I'm a big old dummy.
No. I think it's like large certain thing you're searching.
Oh,
for,
thing
you're
1 and thing 2?
for within. Yeah.
Oh man, that's also my fuck up, but good catch.
Feels like a very
No.
common thing that could happen, you know?
Yeah.
Super ambiguous function name right there.
Boom.
Damn!
Oh
that.
shit.
That's cool, man.
That's
How
pretty
many-
sick.
Can you see how many we got? 1,000? Oh, because you limited by 1,000.
Yeah.
So there's a whole
Uh,
shit ton of tests in New York City.
Nice. Well, we should put EJ's podunk districts back just because, like, now it's correct and we slandered them and they might have.
No, I deserve that slander because I couldn't remember the order of arguments. I deserve to know how fast
This
my
is
school
cool
district
though.
is.
This we got somewhere like for 2 hours. I feel like we got
Yeah, this is pretty
far
incredible.
analysis. Yeah.
I just want to push it. I want to put it on a fucking map. Let's go. We're so close. Ian, are you down?
We're so close. Dude, look at this. Yeah. There's more than 1,000 in your district.
Yeah, bro.
So,
Hey.
Hey, you know my cat? The
We-
cat that was meowing? He's from Bloomingburg. Nobody.
it shows up in the data. Your cat gets 17 megabits a
Yeah,
second.
Bloomingburg is even trashier than Pine Bush. Nobody from Bloomingburg is watching this. They don't know anything about code or Twitch or any of that, so I have no problem trashing them.
I disavow everything you just said. I've never met.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll
do you
s- we'll
be
see.
reckless, take off your limit maybe and just see how many are there?
Yeah.
So
that.
let me talk through in my mind what we want to do. We basically want to average the mean throughput megabits per second into the polygon, basically.
So I wouldn't say mean. So because here's what I would say is that like if you get 2.5 megabits per second or more, you can make audio calls. and if you get 10 megabits per second or more, you can make video calls.
Okay.
So what I might do is figure out the percentage of these that are above 10 megabits.
Don't make my
per
life
second,
so
right? 'Cause
complicated. Maybe one day we'll do that,
Oh,
Jeremiah.
I mean, then you could say something like, "We think that 16% of kids." in
Okay,
this
no, you're right.
district
So we'll
can
do it in the
video
query.
calls."
So in the query, you'll be able to say X percentage is above this number.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know SQL at all. but
No,
yeah,
no, I love
that's
your
what
plan.
I thought
Sorry, I'm
would-
sorry that I was so negative in the beginning because your idea is really smart. So you're gonna do select where the speed of the individual test. We're gonna say the number of tests per school district that were at a speed where you can do audio quality.
You don't want the number of tests. You want the percentage of tests. But yeah,
Percentage. Why do I want the percentage of tests?
because
Well-
like for 6 tests, what does it matter? But that 12% of tests weren't able to make audio calls.
No, I'm all
like,
about
easier
unit
to
charts
think
now. Let's do a dot per person who can use the internet.
I feel like one thing that's happening right here is that actually it's like both of you are right both of the times. Like we need the counts to get the percents, right? And
Yeah.
I think it's really important to know that like we want to get to be showing these percents like you're saying, but to get there, right? Like we just get the first number first,
Sure.
the second number second, divide by them. So yeah, I mean we're a good start. So like there's 23K results it's showing me, and I'm not sure if that's for this is one district. Of course, the
That-
dates are
Fucking cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
4 years. So what I propose we do is we just like say, I have this one saved. I'm going to make a new one. I'm going to use this. I'm going to try to get to the numbers and the percents that you guys are talking about. So we're going to have to like learn some more SQL, I think.
SQL math. Not only are we doing math, we're doing math in SQL. Not only doing SQL, we're doing math in SQL.
Nice.
I'm way out of my element.
I'm definitely at my like borders here. So, but I think we can figure it out.
The
right?
within
'Cause-
stuff was way beyond me, but now that we've done it once, it seems like super accessible. Like now I want to do lots of geospatial analysis. I just need latitudes and
Right.
longitudes.
Yeah.
So yeah, exactly. So now,
Which, by the way, somebody somewhere has for COVID data. They just don't release it to the public, like through the CMU API. But like researchers somewhere do have latitudes and longitudes for every COVID test in America, and like that's probably some fun
Yeah.
analysis to do. Not fun, but like very interesting, high level, high detail.
yeah, that's pretty nuts. So yeah, we can filter it. So if you're saying greater than 10 is like you're good, right, to do video calls.
Yeah.
Let's just get these numbers one at a time. 'Cause
Yeah.
We're saying we basically want this,
Well,
and then
this is like bare minimum to do remote learning, right? Like if you can't do video calls, then I mean, I don't know. That seems right.
That seems to be implicit in a lot of the conversations that are going on. Like, that makes sense to me.
Totally. So it's basically schools
All right.
where video calls are possible, or districts where video calls are possible. No, or tests per district where video calls are possible.
I mean, I think what we're going to see is something really depressing where, like, even if 60% of tests are above, like, because 60%, let's say even 90%, 90% means 10% of kids can't really go to school.
Right. Right. And then we have latitudes and longitudes. So if we have super high level education data, we can look at the correlation of income and like household income versus internet speed, right?
Yeah, probably.
So real
All right,
quick, we're just thinking about one district right now and getting one number out.
Yep.
And I want that to be the number of people that have greater than 10, right? So
Number of tests.
Number of tests, yeah.
test, but right. So that, but the same, you could have multiple tests over multiple days.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be hard to say like percentage. So if we're talking about tests,
I think that's still fine. Like, oh, you just make it really broad. Like, 60% of tests over the last 6 years were sufficient for video quality.
Yeah, and you could always unique by IP later or something, right?
that's
But
what
I don't
I'm
even think you
imagining.
want to. I don't know if you want to do that, to be honest, because like the thing about internet service is like it's important. Every day is important, right, for video learning. So,
So the average
even
over
if you run a
time is
test on
important.
Monday and Friday, yeah, exactly. That's what I think.
All right, I'm sold.
All right. So this is we're just gonna count.
What say you, sequel god?
Uh, I don't need this thing. I feel like there has to be a way to like get multiple counts. Um, right? Like
And then and then you
So
take out that
there's-
where clause, right? And that's our real denominator, I guess.
yeah. So in this county there are tests above 10 megabits.
Yeah, that district.
And on this
Counting stuff. What other enormous open, public, big query?
What was that first one?
datasets?
16, 16.
That's a,
That's like 70-ish percent. I guess.
why is that number so fucking even? Anybody want to talk about that real quick?
yeah, it seems suspicious.
That is a good question.
What's up with that, guys?
So let's put New York back in and see
If
we
that's
get-
also a bizarrely round number, or if my county or my school district just is really cool and just got
Super precise. You were making fun of that for their like lack of sophistication, but
Yeah.
This is making me really curious, like what other... Ooh, they have COVID data in BigQuery. I'm curious, like what other data sets, public data sets there are in BigQuery format. There's like a whole gallery.
Yeah.
I do suspect there's quite a few.
Birthing data?
Sure is.
Oh, they have the ACS at various geographic resolutions.
damn.
So we could do the thing I wanted to do really easily, I bet.
That's not a very round number. So,
Okay.
I mean, the roundness is pretty suspicious, but it's also just like a 1 in 10 chance, right?
Well,
Several times.
I guess it's a 1 in 1,000 chance because it was like 23,000, right?
Yeah. That's fine. We could try some more districts, but also, well, let me just run this while we're here. I'll get the New York above 10.
That's 1.4 billion. Is that what that is?
14 million.
That's different. 14 million. Okay,
This is since 2016.
sure.
holy shit.
And
Yeah,
it looks
that's-
like 10 million. What is 10 million divided by... So yeah, it's less than 70%. That's 68% of the...
That's pretty garbage. Like if you
Hey.
were to 32 out of 100 kids. TJ, this isn't your hometown anymore. This is New York.
Oh, this is New York City. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Isn't it like a thing? New Yorkers talking crap about New York.
True.
Yeah, that is a huge number of New York City kids who can't do that. That's crazy.
I mean, we're drawing like big conclusions from this data set, but it seems like a pretty big data set. But then we're backing out like, who knows if it's higher or lower than that actually? Because maybe like a lot of these tests happen in universities. Maybe those are in like nice neighborhoods that Optum serves well or something.
Yeah, we don't
But
know what's from
this
home.
is good. Yeah.
Right, and we don't, but we also like, this is of people that do speed tests, that happen. So it's like, presumably when your internet gets set up, somebody will run the speed test, right, or tell you to. But so even at that level, it's like of people who have internet, which isn't everybody for sure, right?
Right.
At home, there's still only 70% of the times people tested it that they're above the threshold. So it's not encouraging.
Yeah.
In that way.
Yeah. Not encouraging. Although I'm totally encouraged by this technique. Like, I feel like we stood on some shoulders here and got super far on some data that we didn't collect and that we didn't really build any tools to analyze.
Yeah, there's a link to the query.
Ooh.
And this is query.
That's cool. So,
Document this.
is there a way that I can like fork your BigQuery project so I could have that same data?
I think I mean, I don't know. Maybe I can make it public. I have no idea, but
Yeah.
I could add you to this project so that you could be like, so you and EJ can be making queries in here.
Okay.
And using it, right? Because
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to drop
Yes,
a
please.
big bill on your credit, but maybe EJ is.
we'll figure it out. Yeah. Well, it's querying 12. It says it processes 12 gigabytes. I don't think that's a lot in terms of BigQuery, right?
No,
And
you get a
this is-
terabyte free with BigQuery.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Cool.
So
Yeah,
let's
add it.
do that. I'll add you guys, and then I documented it here. I'm gonna like link to a lot of stuff we figured out. Maybe once we sign off, can. Sorry. Yeah, we have all these resources. So I try to make this like a single place where we put all the resources.
Sure.
Yeah. No, this is great. So we have
That was fun. I went into town.
Wait, hold on.
actually.
I'm sorry to do this. I have one last thing, which is like, Jeremiah, your original question I sort of summed up in the tweet was how many school districts in the U.S. have like internet infrastructure to support remote learning? Is there any way to do like select districts where mean throughput is greater? You know what I mean? Like do a query that answers that question of how many. Probably not too easy. I don't know.
Well, I think we want to do the same query, but
Just over and over.
Well, just without that where clause in the beginning, right? Because we want it for every district, and then we also want to figure out how to get that and the column for total counts together. I think we need to do those two things you just did for every district to answer your question. Jay.
But then I guess the last remaining point that you just said is like, how do you end up with that ending number of all of the tests?
Yeah, well, I think that's like Ian was saying, like there's got to be a way to like two count things without just writing two of those same queries. But I don't know how to do that.
Nesting counts. BigQuery. Querying nested
You
and
want,
repeated
like-
fields.
No, it's not nest is not the word. I don't think it's like multiple because the group buys that you're doing, right? Like counts and multiple counts with one SQL query.
Are we trying to group by 2
Oh,
fields?
there's a case thing. Oh, this is nice.
Whoa.
Sum. So you sum. So let me go back to my query then. What? This interface is very confusing to me. Save queries. I don't want this particular count and district. Open this one. Oops. So this is still your district. So then instead of the where here, say total sum case,
Oh, sick.
and then I forgot where my when this is something, then something. When mean, what is that? Oops. It's greater than 10.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, this is like video, or sorry, this is 1. Yeah, we count 1, else 0 as
I think you got to put an
Yeah.
end there. Yeah.
thank you. All right,
Man, is it that easy?
could be. This case thing is
Then
good
you would
'cause-
just, yeah.
Oops.
Then you would just add another line right there, select where like total divided by video or whatever, video divided by total. Ah, sick.
oh, that's what you're saying, the percent. Yeah,
Yeah, you could just have it calculate your percent for you, probably.
I think you can do video. Is it divide?
It's fucking gangster.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Let's do that on a client.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is good. I'm gonna save this query. Well, there's another
Hey,
case, right? Audio.
hey, can I get my GeoIDs back, BTFs?
Yes. I guess this would be distribute.geoid.
Thanks, buddy.
But
Let's go put
also,
the name there too.
All right.
oops, I have 2 videos. So audio is
So
greater
audio is greater than 2.5.
than 2.5.
This is so
Just make it
fucking
comma.
cool.
Neither grouped nor aggregated. Oh, okay. So I can't give you that right now, but we're basically, the GeoID for this is the thing, right? Like you're choosing one. So we haven't. done all
Oh,
of them.
that makes
So,
sense. Got it.
I'm not sure how to do it where it groups runs this for each one essentially automatically, but
I think you take that first wire out, right?
yeah, I'm not sure how that's gonna work with multiple contains.
And you're saying you don't think it'll just work
Well, it's not multiple.
intuitively?
Wait, is that like? I mean, shouldn't it tell us about this? Where we learn?
Yo, shout outs to our late
you
night
do-
viewers on the Twitch
Yeah.
stream. We're doing some incredible shit. we're doing geospatial analysis in BigQuery. Ian's writing crazy, insane SQL queries that are summing across geographic units. And I'm about to make a fucking map if I can have my way. No, you don't think I'm gonna have a map?
No ways for EJ. I mean, you could maybe have some maps.
I bet you if I get
But
my
the problem with the map, dude.
bro, if you give me
problem
this
with the
data back with GeoIDs, I can get you a map.
I know, but what you're forgetting is that the polygons overlap.
I don't give a shit. I'll fucking map that. Put that on the map.
But like if you in QGIS, open it up and put the fill to transparent, and then like you'll see like all the intersecting.
Okay.
Put the fill to like.
All right, I will. Doesn't seem that bad. Seems fine.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna make a map.
I think I need to do a join. Where's, put this over here. So I already have the zip codes, basically, that they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So, but zip as... Why is it doing a JSON string of an array aggregate? I don't care about that, I don't think. Oh, well, no, because it's collecting multiple zip codes per city, right?
Yeah.
So we have, yeah, like EJ said, if we get rid of this where clause, we have all our districts. And we're gonna, actually, sorry, let me compose, I didn't mess this up, but I'll compose a new query. Oh crap, I did mess it up. Let me open this. I still want this here right now. All right, so I'm gonna pose a new query. I basically have all my districts as districts. I'm trying to get my count, like all these things per district, right? So I am gonna want district.name, district.geoid, but instead of being from that, it's gonna be, I'm just gonna, this stuff, I think join, maybe I should do this thing where I have separate things as well. Join zip on intersect of those two things. So I can do this thing, I think. So district is this, measurements, I should say, yeah, as, and I'm getting this. Right, that's all I really want from this.
I believe in you. Just don't forget to give me some GeoIDs. Oh, I see them.
Yeah, they're coming from
got 'em.
district. Yeah, yeah. So this stuff might, oops. This stuff might be confusing for a second. I want to do from city join zip on the intersect group by city name. Okay, so I want from district join measurement on st intersects. So it's we're gonna do this thing instead of intersects because we have
sick.
points in it.
What is on?
It's basically saying like how do you connect these two tables?
Interesting. Like as the key?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, but whether
You're
it's
gonna, like,
true or
calculate
false.
this.
So you're saying on true, do this join.
Yeah, when it's true, join these two rows.
Okay.
Yeah, like make this one thing basically.
Interesting.
And then we can select things from them. So we get the district name and GeoID. Or I guess
think you want to get longitude and latitude from measurement though too, right?
I probably will need to do that. And this might be measure. You mean like this?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wild.
That sounds right. And I think I do want this count because it's saying group by district.geoid. I think these will be the same. Put that first. Let's see. Oh no. Unified downloads, not uniform downloads. Where did I have that? Unified. Oh, you were saying I need this here too.
Yeah, I think so, right?
Oh, that makes sense. I feel like I've learned so much in the past hour.
What the hell?
That's a bummer of an error message.
Fuck, bro. What the fuck does that mean?
Well, one thing, and we probably won't have time for this tonight, but I'm gonna upload my the one I made that used the GeoJSON command because I'm worried that the QGIS export did not do something
That makes sense.
we needed it to do.
In my defense, I only exported the pre-verified polygons. So I already tried to anticipate this, but I failed. But we did some, like, it was pretty sick, dude. How far we got in not very much time. How far you got?
Yeah, this is cool. I feel like with just either another session or another half session or even just that amount of time, you could get to the answer we were trying to get to, which is like get a picture of per district internet equity.
Yeah, I think it's like totally within, like, we're like, I feel like we're like 15 to 40 minutes away from that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, yeah, I guess this hampers anything where it's doing it for all of them at once. But one thing that we did talk about was like making a file per district. Like it would kind of be interesting if you had the GeoJSON with the various statistics and like measurements even. With their latitudes and longitudes as a file, because like for one, we should see how big that is for one.
Totally.
District,
Do you
I
want
think.
to pick
Right.
this up on like Monday night stream? I don't know, Jeremiah, if you're around to do it, but I think it would definitely be a good part 2 situation.
Yeah,
from
let me
what
know
we
if y'all
built
do it
tonight.
tomorrow night. Hop in for a little bit, and I'm stoked. I feel like I learned a ton. especially
Yeah,
about,
same.
Uh,
Thank you,
Yeah, but
I don't
between
know.
now and then, I'll give you guys both the access to the SQL, so you guys can write your own SQL queries too, and we'll figure some more stuff out. Yeah, so it'll be nice. Tomorrow will be a good time to pick this back up
For sure.
Cool.
Thanks for joining us, Jeremiah, and bringing us a cool idea and cool data set to play around with.
No problem. Thanks for hosting, Chef.
No problem. All right, do you want to hang out for a sec? Maybe we can chat after the stream. Good night.
I'm gonna pee.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Good night, viewers.
Good night.
Hooray! So another good coding with fire session.
Yeah, dude. I like how like in the very first hour we got a like really concrete thing done, and then we got really far with this data too.
Totally.
I mean,
Which reminds me, I should
it's too bad we couldn't.
put us on enjoy. We never got to the enjoy stage. I guess we get to enjoy tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Well, I would say what we're doing is we're marinating our ingredients
Totally.
over.
Well, we
overnight.
learned that like, oh, we're working with like a really thick steak, so like we can't just cook it like we thought we could cook it. We have to actually do some work to it.
Yeah, it's like a day of preparation, and then tomorrow we'll chop it up and throw it in the fire.
Well, thank you to everybody who tuned in and watched. Thank you to everybody who's watching in the future, potentially one day. It's been a pleasure. Ian, thank you for sharing your knowledge.
Anytime. Yeah.
All right. Good night, everybody. Take it easy.
Good night.